Good evening. Friday night football at Sikeston Public Schools Stadium. The Sikeston Bulldogs homecoming night, taking on the Cape Central Tigers in the first annual Battle of I-55 trophy. That's going to be a traveling trophy. I am Derek James, along with El Presidente, Mr. Matt Tanner. And Matt, this was an idea, this Battle of I-55. It's going to be a traveling trophy between the two schools.
I like it.
And this year's meeting is the 110th 110th meeting between these two schools. I believe that is the second most games that Sikeston has played against any opponent other than Charleston.
I would.
And this year's Charleston game will be 135, I believe.
Okay.
And
I will trust your. I'll take your word on that, Derek, since you are the local sports guru.
So this year will be the traveling trophy. Coach Pulley, Sikeston's first-year head coach, got his heads together with Coach Kent Gibbs, our former Bulldog coach.
Like it.
And they decided, just to kind of reinvigorate things and put some skin in the game, so to speak, and have a traveling trophy. They come up with this idea. So what do you think, Matt? What do you think about this matchup and the whole idea that they come up with?
I love the idea. Anytime you can create sort of a buzz about a game. If you remember, sort of like basketball a few years ago when Sikeston and Scott County Central played. Of course, I know that was different because they hadn't played in 30 years or whatever the number was. And there's sort of a natural rivalry with Cape Central. They're in our district in football. They're in our district in basketball, baseball. And it seems like we're always battling them for a district title, whatever sport it is, girls soccer, whatever it is. And so they're our natural rivals, so I love it. One thing that's intriguing to me, it's sort of the student and the teacher tonight, right? Treston,
right.
Coach Pulley, played, as you said, played for Coach Gibbs. And Coach Gibbs has been up in Cape.
This is his third year.
Third year, okay. And, of course, this is Coach Pulley's first year. I'm just intrigued by that matchup. Of course, Sikeston Cape always gets my blood boiling. We got Beat Cape shirts around here. We had Beat Cape shirts from years ago that we're passing out, and I'm really looking forward to it. I think they're what's Cape 0-4? 0-4. Sikeston's
2-3.
Okay, I was going to say, did they miss a week? Or
Cape had a game where they had not enough. They had a COVID situation.
That's right.
And they didn't have enough players to compete that night.
Okay.
But yeah, Sikeston is 2-3 and riding a 3-game losing streak.
Yes.
So a lot at stake for both teams. Cape's looking for their first win.
Yes.
And I don't believe they've even scored in the last 3 games. Jackson's being one of those games.
Well, you can throw that one out the window.
Yeah. But Cape is struggling this year. They are very young. And we mentioned Coach Kent Gibbs, who we love dearly. He led us to a lot of great seasons, and as you said, he coached Coach Pulley himself back in the 2009-2010 seasons. 2 of the greatest teams we've ever put on the field.
Unbelievable.
For the Sikeston Bulldogs.
Unbelievable.
And also on the Cape Central staff, our good friend Andy McGill, the former athletic director and former defensive coordinator for the Bulldogs. He's at Cape Central. So it's a weird dynamic going on with these guys we know and love so well, and they're on the other side wearing orange.
I'd like to give Coach McGill a hard time. I told him when we play golf in the summer, I'm like, if you wear orange, I might just take this putter and rack you in the shin with it. And of course, we get a good laugh about that. And Coach McGill's, like you said, a very good friend of ours. And it is weird for us, but on the same hand, I'm sure it's extremely weird for him.
Oh yeah, no doubt.
Being a Bulldog, really. When you peel the onion layers back, he's a Bulldog.
Yes, he's a lifelong resident,
absolutely.
More or less. And,
yes.
I went to school with McGill. He's a couple years younger than me. He was a sophomore when I was a senior.
Yep.
And I used to take him home after football practice before he could even drive. So I know Coach McGill very well.
Oh, absolutely. And he's still a very beloved individual. And, of course, he obviously lives here. We still think a lot of him in our community. And we wish him nothing but the best after tonight.
After tonight, exactly.
Well, you know what? You win out from here, Coach, because I think they're in a different class even this year.
They are. I believe they've moved up to Class 5. Sikeston is still in Class 4.
Yeah.
And,
so, hey, go crazy after tonight.
Well, the series history is Sikeston leads a very close series history with Cape, 54-48 with 7 ties. So only 6
Interesting.
games difference. Sikeston leads by 6 wins in the series history. This is, like I said, this is the 110th meeting tonight. And last year, Cape Central won 28-19, pretty close game. And,
Yes.
And the Tigers have kind of had the Bulldogs' number in the last few years. And but this is a game that the Bulldogs staff and players feel and know they can win. And Cape has had some struggles this year. When you see that 0 wins by their name, you're thinking we can get these guys. And that's been the attitude all week for the team.
I think that's right. As you said, I've heard they've had some COVID issues, and unfortunately some other issues have kind of plagued them, discipline issues off the field. And I know Coach Gibbs is a coach that not only believes that, but he practices the discipline part. And to be part of his team, I mean, it's a privilege, first off, as we always say, but then you have to make good choices and all the things that you would want a coach to tell all your kids. And so with that, but as I've heard from a real smart guy, that's how you build a program. You can't build a program with discipline problems. You can't, because what would happen if he had them here, they would still lose.
Yeah.
And you can lose without them and build your program. You can't build a program with that. So I mean, get off on a tangent on that. But
well, Coach Gibbs, when he was here, I believe he was here for 12 years.
Was it that long?
It's hard to believe he was here for that long.
Wow.
But I believe he was here for 12 years, and as I said, led the Bulldogs to some of their greatest seasons ever. And always a class guy.
Absolutely.
Always, took care of business, make sure these kids were acting right and
Yep.
doing right.
Yep.
And you're going to have kids mess up.
It happens.
Mistakes will happen.
It happens.
In any sport, anywhere, to the best kids, the best towns, the
Yes.
best schools, you're going to have mistakes.
Yes.
But he did his best to keep a thumb on it.
Yep.
And I always felt proud of the way our kids would usually behave under Coach Gibbs. And
Yep.
I think that's continuing under Coach Pulley. He's also
Absolutely.
making sure things are in line and these guys are doing what they're supposed to do on and off the field.
Before we get started, Deej, I wanted to just say I am so proud of our town, of our school. Of course, today is homecoming, and we have had our annual homecoming tailgate. And we had just the town and businesses just come out in droves and sponsor this thing and give away food and not only advertise for your business, so to speak. That's sort of the icing on the cake. But to just be a part of the community, to just be able to give back and say thank you to everyone here. There was, and I may be exaggerating a little, but there had to be 800 to 1,000 people inside the confines of the tailgate area. It just outstanding. Just love it. I love to see it.
It's always an impressive sight when we set up the tailgate every year. And that stuff, I believe, I may be wrong, kind of started the tailgating stuff.
When Coach Gibbs was here.
When Coach Gibbs was
Yes.
here. And during those playoff
Yes.
runs,
Yes.
these incredible scenes with tailgate. It was like a college atmosphere.
Oh, it was fantastic.
So, to the football game. Dylan Thornsborough with the touchback kick. That's becoming the norm for him. And Cape Central takes possession to open things up. I believe, is that number 6? I'm having trouble with numbers. Those numbers are going to be hard to see, Matt.
Yes, with the white against the orange. Sikeston did a good job of stringing that out.
I believe that is Keontae Dixon, number 6 on the carry for the Tigers.
Just running looked like a little jet sweep to this side, to the near side. Sikeston did a really good job. And they lost a yard, as a matter of fact. Look like we're in a little bit of a cover two almost. Now the guys are moving up for press coverage.
That man is breaking tackles. That might be Cameron Harris. I never saw a number, but Cameron Harris is their best running back. He's a big kid. Number 2. So that is Cameron Harris. He's 6'3", 235 pounds.
It's a big kid, strong kid, running. Looked like he got running downhill pretty quick. But we were able to hem him up real fast, got in the backfield, and just didn't let him get his momentum going forward very quickly.
He's a guy you have to get multiple bodies to.
Oh, for sure.
I mean, one man is going to have trouble bringing him down unless you get a hold of those legs and get him tripped up. But it's now 3rd and 7. Cape Central out of the shotgun. what Gibbs used to use when he was here.
Run a little spread.
Most of the time, trips to the right. Quarterback rolling out, and he had a man wide open, but
he had pressure.
Had a little pressure. He took a hit as well, but that pass was incomplete. And that'll bring up fourth down very quickly. Cape Central is going to have to punt.
Well, that was Derek, as we've talked about, and just not football and basketball, but if you allow a guy just to sit back, he'll pick you apart, and they had pressure in his face, and even though the guy was open, he didn't have a chance to really set his feet and make a good throw.
So Cape Central lining up as if they're going to go for it. You could have a pooch punt
I was going to say, that looks like the old quick kick here.
Yeah. I would be surprised if they actually go for this.
At this spot on the field.
So, yeah, it is a pooch punt, and he got it away. So Sikeston, smart move by Coach Gibbs. He used to do that here.
He did.
And when Nathan Hampton was the quarterback, and Nathan would also serve as the punter, so we just line up back in those days and just line up in a formation and punt like that. You have no man back, and you're going to get a pretty good roll out of it.
That's right.
That's what happened there. So the ball was down at the 33. Sikeston will have their first possession. Great opening defensive stop for the Bulldogs. Joseph Heckemeyer in at quarterback. Keodrick Sherrod, number 33, running back. Heckemeyer is going to be out of the shotgun. We have number 11, Connor Wallace, at wide receiver. And here comes Trey Sullivan in late. There's only 10 seconds on the play clock.
Nothing like a little.
Hand off to Sherrod, and maybe a short gain on that play.
Yeah, Cape did a good job of stringing that out as well. He couldn't get the edge set, and he just had to take what he could give and just sort of stick the football forward and pick up a yard maybe.
A little misdirection on that. Sherrod came one way, there's another guy coming the other, and I bet that is something you'll see later, and they'll fake to Sherrod and
That's
come
right,
back with
coming the other way. Yeah. Coach Gibbs did a lot of that misdirection here with the.
That's double fake there. They're going deep to Posey, and he had to play defense on that one. That ball was underthrown and was going to be intercepted, but Posey basically acted as a defensive back on that play and knocked it away.
Give Cape credit. They probably watched a lot of film on that play, and they sniffed that out real quick. They had nobody, or they didn't fool anybody with that play that time.
That was a double fake. Almost the same play as before. And that time, Heckemeyer kept it and threw the deep ball. And Posey wasn't even open. They were just, I think it was just we're going to throw it. This is Sherrod with a head of steam. He is going to get the first down.
That looks like a first down, yeah. Nice. Probably a third effort. The second effort, sort of there about the 40, kept churning his feet. And now, and we've talked about before, the rule changed. And now they can shove them forward, and that's exactly what they did. Now we're going a little quick tempo here.
Yep. Sherrod again. Maybe a gain of 1.
Yeah.
That previous play is a gain of 10. He was actually hit, Matt, short of the first down.
Yeah, by several yards.
Drug about 4 or 5 Tigers with assistance from his own team and got about 5 extra yards to get that first down.
Yep.
So 2nd and 9. Sikeston very quick tempo to start this game. Heckemeyer is under pressure. He's throwing it up for grabs to Posey, and he's got it.
Well, okay. That's not a typical, but that was a throw under duress that was just made by 2 really good athletes. A nice throw and a great catch.
16-yard pickup. Heckemeyer under duress, as you said, and really just had to heave it and get rid of it, and Posey was right there. Posey has had some big plays this year.
Interesting, Derek. It just dawned on me. Our superintendent is from Cape Central as well. So
he did. The
drama is thick.
It's Keodrick Sherrod once again. No gain on that carry.
Yeah, they spotted that one at the or where his momentum stopped. So even though they threw him back 3 or 4 yards, they're going to get him where he stopped.
Forward momentum.
Forward progress. There we go. That was the word I was looking for.
Yeah. So no gain. Sikeston still with quick tempo.
A quick change of personnel there.
Heckemeyer with the quick pass, underthrown.
He was open. He wasn't. That was.
That's Trey Gorman, number 15, who that pass was intended for. And now Sikeston is faced with 3rd and 10.
Deej, what do you dial up here?
Well, I mean, you could be playing 4-down territory where
I would
you
say.
could say try to pick up a few that I could see that happening where you maybe run a draw or just a handoff to Sherrod, try to get 5 or 6 and
I
then
like
go
the
for it.
slants. I know we've got some slants in the playbook,
But
and those things are so hard to defend
most
at
likely we have
every
a
level.
pass.
There it is. He's over the middle on the
And
drag route.
He's open, but it was high.
It's high.
And I'm not sure he would have been inbounds anyway. That was Posey again, the pass intended for Posey on the sideline, and he would have had to get his feet down and catch the ball. That was a tough play, and now it's 4th and 10.
I'm sure Joseph was looking to pick up that first down on that play, but that drag route was open underneath.
So what will Coach Pulley want? It looks like he wants to go for it. Not going to play the field position game.
No,
Just going to.
I would say that's what we're.
And he's going for, man, he's overthrown. That was intended for Connor Wallace, and that's a turnover on downs. Cape Central will take possession.
He was open, but that is an extremely tough pass from the opposite hash to the outside of the other hash. That is a long pass and a tough pass to make.
That's a good 30, 35-yard throw.
And it
to
better
the
be
sideline.
And it better be on a line, or it'll get picked.
So Cape Central was able to get off the field and offense back on. Sikeston's defense was able to force a 3-and-out on the opening possession. And Tigers will have 1st and 10 at the 34. Man coming in motion, and that ball is given to Harris.
Man, he is a load.
And no gain on the play. The Bulldogs were ready for that. That looked like a read option play. The quarterback gave it to him, and the other two were going on an option play on the outside. I could see them using that later on as well.
Absolutely. They're going to key on the Harris kid for sure. And if that end dives down, he's going to pull it and go right around where he was.
2nd and 10. High snap, and the quarterback just take off and run with it. I'm not sure if that was the design. It was a little high. The quarterback is Adrian Fox. He's a sophomore.
I wouldn't think the snap like that was by design. He may have just had to gather it in and take off. Try to pick up some positive yards.
I don't believe that was by design. That was just maybe a gain of 2.
Yeah, we got 3rd and 8.
3rd and 8 for the Tigers.
If the defense can hold them here, they're very possible come up with a good field position. Coming with some pressure right up the middle.
And they can't get him down, so Fox gets away. It looked like they were going to have him sacked.
They got him hemmed up now.
And they come away with a sack anyway. So he got away. I didn't see who had him in the – one of the Bulldog defenders had him by the legs and could not get him down. And they were able to get a sack on the play. It may have been a loss of 1. It is about to be a loss of 6 or 7.
Yeah, for sure.
And it's now 4th and 9. Tigers will also line up again in the shotgun formation, but he's very deep as if he's going to punt the ball here.
Oh, we just jumped.
Cape Central moved as well. Let's see what they call here. If Sikeston jumped first, though, it will be against the Bulldogs.
Right. I just noticed.
It is
against
the Tigers.
Cape Central. Okay. Just noticed all the bleacher bums and red peppers have the thunder sticks by some pretty smart guy. Bought those.
Did the president, was he in charge of that? President Matthew Tanner in charge of the Thunder Sticks. You see them everywhere here. Large student section tonight.
Love them. Love it. Love it.
So Fox with the punt. Bulldogs did send a man deep. C.J. Posey was deep.
Out. That was off the
a
side of his foot.
Short punt. Only about a 15-yard punt by Adrian Fox.
He keeps going to the south. I like the way he's headed. About the 49. Well, he's still going. Wow.
So the Bulldogs will have possession at the 46.
I was going to say, that's not the 54, is it?
I don't believe that's the 54, Matt.
It's not.
My main man, Lee Brooks, one of my favorite people on this planet Earth.
I love Lee.
Used to be the PA man.
He said it on the 51.
And if If Lee's watching this and listening,
Lee,
I
love
say
you.
this out of love because
Absolutely.
I love the guy.
Absolutely.
But to this day, if I'm lying, I'm dying.
No, I remember
He
it.
said the ball placed at the 51-yard line. And I don't think he was joking. I think he just, what do you call it, a Freudian slip?
Yeah, he just had maybe a senior moment, as they say. Yeah, Lee's a fantastic. Matter of fact, we were another friend and I were talking about Lee last night. Obviously, all in good terms. How do you not talk about Lee in good terms?
Oh, he's just one of my favorite people on
Absolutely.
this earth. I just love the guy.
Absolutely.
Well, that was Sherrod on that carry. He got about 4 on the first one and may have even lost a yard on that. So Cape Central run defense so far doing the job. Sikeston now faced with a 3rd and 7.
I would say on this spot on the field might be a punt, but I'm going to say let's pick up this first down and keep the chains moving.
So Heckemeyer fakes to Sherrod. He's throwing deep again. He's got a man
got
wide
him.
open.
He's open.
CJ.
Yes, sir. There it is.
So
they ran it. They must have seen something the first time they ran it.
43-yard touchdown pass to C.J. Posey, and he is the Bulldogs' big play man.
Absolutely.
Even against the juggernaut Jackson last week,
Yep.
C.J. had a 71-yard
That's
touchdown.
right. It's hard to see. Of course, I got a poll here, but what happens on those plays when they run that play action? So it's called as a fake to the running back as a handoff. It freezes the linebackers, and if the secondary is not paying attention, the guy runs right by him because they're freezing, trying to come up for the run. Oh, great kick!
And Dillon just
boy.
blasts one through the uprights, but
They
it's
said
no
he missed
good.
it. Wow!
I thought it was through.
It
looked
certainly
like
had
from
the
here.
distance.
He kicked it on the track. It probably would have gone for 50 yards, but you have to kick it through, and it was wide. So with 4:48 left in the first quarter, the Bulldogs are now ahead 6-0. They strike first against the Tigers.
Absolutely. What a great play. Froze the linebackers again, froze the defensive backs. CJ was wide open.
Wide open. It's one of those you almost had too much time to
Right.
think about it.
Right.
You see players drop those sometimes.
Listen, I play baseball, and the ones that you catch are the ones you don't have to think about that just get right on you, and you react and catch it. Then you get the ball that takes 10 hops to you, and you sit there and you're thinking about it, and you boot it. That's when we're all not we. I'm not an athlete anymore, but athletes are much better reacting than trying to think through the process and make sure I do the mechanics right. When you react, it's so much better.
Why do you think people struggle on the free throw line so much?
Oh, because you're sitting there thinking
you're
about
sitting
it.
there thinking about it.
Right.
And you're not just – I always would tell my players, don't get up there and think. Don't take 75 dribbles and spin the ball 42 times. Just dribble maybe once, spin it if you need to get the feel, and just shoot. I mean, I would shoot it within 3 seconds
That's right.
of getting it.
That's right.
So Dylan Thornborough, yawn, another kick in the end zone, Matt. Another touchback.
I'm certainly not a kicking aficionado, but I would think that a kid that can do this in high school would have some, if he wanted to, some level of football in his future if he wanted to kick.
I'm sure.
Right? I mean,
that's a weapon if you have a guy who
absolutely.
can just bomb it into the end zone and get touchbacks every time.
right. Well, you're just you're negating any chance of a score on that play because you're taking away any chance of a breakdown on defense or somebody missed assignment or whatever.
Man in motion. The quarterback keeps it. That's Fox. He is brought down from behind. Maybe a gain of 5 or 6. I believe we're going to give him 6 yards on that play. Fox has a little quickness. You can tell he's not very big. Got some quickness. He's just a sophomore. I say he's not big. He's only 173 pounds, but they list him 6'2". He doesn't look that tall, but
he's slickery to bring down. Just got a little noise from the peanut gallery, by the way, from an old Bulldog.
running the option.
Oh,
nice play.
Had it strung out. Nice play on the
Jace
end.
Riddle, I
yeah,
believe.
Jace made a nice play.
Very nice. He actually had that strung out. Fox made the pitch.
And he came off the quarterback to get to the ball carrier.
Yeah, very nice play by Riddle. They're still able to get about 3 yards on the play.
By the way, as I hate to say it, Kevin Collins could kick pretty well in high school.
He was an all-state kicker, and I believe he still holds the school record for kicks in a career and in a season.
Please don't say that.
I believe he still holds that record.
I had to go to a baseball game with him yesterday. Hey, yawn, Kevin. Yes, thank you. We know he could kick it from 35.
Handoff, and Bulldogs have him, and he's going to be stopped short of the first down. So no gain on that play.
Great job defense so far.
28 on that carry. I need some glasses, Matt.
Brings up 4th down and
2. Travell Steele is that guy.
I would say Coach Gibbs might be tempted to go for this, but Sikeston's defense has been pretty stout so far.
He's pretty deep.
Looks like he's going to let this one run down. Well, maybe not.
Pretty deep in their own territory, but it is 4th and 1.
They're not backing up for a punt.
I would think they'd go for this. Trying to draw the Bulldogs off sides. Now they're going to call timeout.
Did they get the timeout in before the clock expired?
They got the timeout. So 3:19 to go in the first quarter. Sikeston leads 6-0. We're going to take a break, and we'll be right back. We are back for a 4th and 1 play for the Tigers. They are going to go for it. They tried to get the Bulldogs off sides. It didn't work, and now they got a play in that they like.
I guess Harris is nope. Just a straight keep.
Keeps it. He's got the first. And Bulldogs, I believe that was Trace Sullivan with the tackle.
Was there.
But not before the quarterback, which is Adrian Fox, gets the first down.
Yeah, that was just a design keeper right over his left tackle.
Just kind of overloaded this side with running backs as lead blockers, and he just kind of came in behind them. He got about 3 on the play, and the Tigers have a fresh set of downs.
I think that's the Tigers' first down.
I believe you're right.
Must be a screen because we were in there quick.
Quarterback got nailed.
Yeah, he did, and
but he got the pass away.
Off.
It's got about 4 yards on the play, so fortunate to get that pass away. The quarterback took a major hit, and I believe it was number 6, Keontae Dixon on the reception. Man, I cannot see their numbers.
The orange from here is blending. It's hard to make out the actual definition of the number, that's for sure.
Sikeston's are pretty clear with the white on the black.
Right.
The orange on the white is tough. Quarterback keeper faked to the man in motion, and he got about 3 more on that.
Bring up 3rd and short now.
So Tigers are now faced with a 3rd and 3.
They're grinding it out. I'll give them that. Our defense has been pretty stout so far. We have to make a big play here. I would think if we can stop them without gaining a yard here or maybe even lose a yard, I would think they would punt. I wouldn't think they would go for it much longer than 1 or 2 yards, but Coach Gibbs may know something, or I'm certainly he knows something more than I do as far as looking at the scouting report.
He is a Hall of Fame coach.
Right, absolutely, and I'm not, and that's what I mean.
That's Cameron Harris on the carry. It looks like he fell forward.
Yeah, he got it, or at least is where the line judge is marking it. So, it's a first down.
Gain of 3, and that will be enough for the Tiger first down. Coach Gibbs was selected for the Missouri Coaches Hall of Fame when he was here at Sikeston.
Yeah. So to have 2 here at the same time is unbelievable.
So you had Coach Gibbs in football and Coach Hollifield in the Hall of Fame in basketball. So you had 2 Hall of Fame coaches in both sports here at the same time. And, of course, Gibbs left 3 years ago. He's now at Cape in his 3rd year. Tigers with another fresh set of downs, 1st and 10 at the 43. Fox in at shotgun, hands off. 28, I believe. He
tripped him
up.
We had 3 guys on him. He kind of slithered through there and grabbed him by a shoestring and tripped him up.
That was Steele, Travell Steele, if I say his name correctly. I believe Trey Scott with that trip up.
Picked up 2.
2 more yards for Steele. And it's now 2nd and 8. 26 seconds and counting in the first quarter. Tigers in no hurry. This could be the final play of the first quarter. Fox rolling out. Finds his man. Only a gain of 1 or 2. That was Marshawn Edwards on the reception. Maybe a gain of 2, and that does bring us to the end of the first quarter. Sikeston leads 6-0. We'll be right back at the start of the second quarter. We're about to start the second quarter. Sikeston defense facing a 2nd and 8. Excuse me, it's going to be 3rd and 8 for the Tigers coming back to start this quarter. And, Matt, the Sikeston-Cape rivalry is pretty deep, as we've said. It's the 110th meeting between the two. And I can remember my sophomore year, we played the Tigers for homecoming night. Of course, back in those days, that we were in the same district, and the district was the final 3 games of the season. You had 4 teams in the district, and the final 3 games would determine your district champion. And we played those guys in week 8,
right,
which is the first game of the district. And
right.
We beat them, I believe it was 28-27.
Uh-oh, here comes a reverse, and we missed it.
That is McClard.
Oh, it's going to come back. Well, I won't say it's coming back for sure. There's a flag in the area of holding. How about that?
Clayton McClard on that reversal. I'll get back to my story in just a
sorry.
moment. But the holding is against the Tigers.
Sorry about that. Didn't mean to cut you off. Got a little excited.
Trey Scott, I believe, number 81 for the Bulldogs on that tackle. But it is coming back. That will be a 10-yard penalty for the Tigers. So,
will that tackle count as a tackle?
No, not after the penalty will wipe it out.
Okay.
So, anyway, back to 1990 was when this was, and the Tigers were good. They had really good athletes.
That's the first year I was out of high school.
Yeah. We were
let's
good.
see. No, I'm sorry. Second year, because 88 would have been my senior year. Sorry.
And Tigers scored with, I think it was about 1:50 to go, or maybe 2 minutes or so, and we had Tiger Boyd. He was a junior. Scott Collins was a junior quarterback. The seniors, Coach Sheeter, who's on the football staff right now, is a senior. Nicky Kane and Carlos Ivy, some of those guys. Jeff Coates, Brian Manley, a lot of our linemen were good. Okay, shotgun. That's a pass to.
What a great tackle. Great read.
I believe that was number 4 for the Bulldogs. I could not tell who caught the pass. Number 4 for the Bulldogs is Satron Hampton. He read that like a book.
Man, he came off that block and was on him quickly.
Loss of about 5 on the play. Right on that play. I could not see who it was. I believe it might have been McClard on the reception.
The receiver?
Yeah. So it's now 4th and long, 4th and 22, I believe. And Cape's going to be forced to punt.
Did you finish your story against Cape? I've got another. It's not really a good gosh, we just about blocked that.
He got the punt away. Sikeston's just going to let that one roll, and Sikeston will take the possession. So, anyway, to finish my story, so we got the ball, and, of course, I was just a sophomore that year, just watching from the sidelines at the best seat in the house, but watching the Bulldogs orchestrate that 2-minute drill drive all the way down the field.
Yeah.
And I believe the winning score was a touchdown pass to Tiger Boyd from Scott, and Tiger, of course, was running back, so he hit him out of the backfield. And Tiger scored it with 30 or 40 seconds to go to win the game. Just a awesome, thrilling game to win that opening district game. Bulldogs back in the shotgun. Keodrick Sherrod on the carry. He broke one tackle and gets brought down after a gain of 6.
Interesting story I remember about Cape. I think it was in 1993 on Halloween. Do you remember that specific game?
1993.
It snowed like crazy at Cape.
Yes,
snowed like crazy.
I was a freshman at SEMO that year. I went to that game.
Right.
Sherrod gets about 2 more, and Bulldogs will be faced with 3rd and 2.
Didn't it snow this last Halloween? No. Snowed right after. Maybe in early November or something this last year. But I remember thinking, holy moly, it's snowing like crazy. It was cold.
Yeah, it snowed a lot. I came over from my dorm and watched that game. And
yeah.
That one did not go in our favor, but I do mostly remember just for the snow.
Man, they are stacking the box.
Sherrod breaks free and gets a – well, did he lose? Hope he didn't lose it.
No, I think he's –
he held on, so –
and they had 8 or 9 in the box that time. Wow.
That was a gain of 8. They knew the run was coming there.
They did.
So, gain of 8 for Sherrod.
If you stack the box, you better make the tackle because there's nobody after that second level.
Nobody behind you. 1st and 10 for the Bulldogs. Now at the 45. Hampton this time. He's got some speed. He gets loose.
Wow.
And he is finally brought down inside the 20.
And he kicked the afterburners in when he got past that second level. I didn't think they were going to be able to catch him.
Gain of 27 for Satron Hampton. That's his biggest gain of the season.
DJ, there's been some years it seems like, looks like Cape Central called timeout maybe.
So, touchdown saving tackle that time
sure.
by McClard.
That was I was going to say, do you remember there were some years, I'm certainly not being critical, I remember it seems to be we didn't have team speed, and it seems like we've got a little bit of team speed this year.
Well, a guy like Hampton, he's got some wheels.
Right. CJ's fast.
CJ Posey's got some speed, so maybe a little more. Sherrod's not a speedster. He's more of a, what do you call, a thunderback?
Right.
You got the lightning and thunder.
That's right, lightning and thunder.
So Sherrod's more of a heavy hitter, although he's had some big runs this year.
Yes.
And a lot of that, you can get big runs without having great speed if you have great vision and cutting, and you can get out in the open field.
That's right.
And Sherrod has been able to do that this year. But Hampton right there, he definitely showed a burst of speed.
Yeah.
And it looked like he's going to take it to the house. But McClard on Cape Central, he's a basketball player. I know exactly who he is. He's kind of a smaller kid, but he can run.
Yep.
And he was able to catch Hampton on that play. So Bulldogs now on the 19, 1st and 10.
Oh, we should have picked up 5 there.
I believe so, unless Sikeston.
Sometimes they'll call that against a quarterback when he,
You don't see it very often.
He goes, he bobs his head, so to speak, and sometimes that draws him off sides and they'll call it on the quarterback. But you're right, you don't see it a lot.
5-yard penalty against the Tigers for jumping off sides. Hampton with another carry, and he falls forward. Now, Hampton is
about a yard short.
We talked about some of these other running backs being these bigger guys. Hampton's a small guy. He's only listed 5'7" and 150 pounds.
Well, you can see his size next to Joseph Heckemeyer, who's, 6'2", 6'3"? Yeah.
Well,
boy, he's quick.
They list Joseph 6'3", 205. So Joseph's a good-sized kid.
Absolutely.
Hampton's got the speed, though.
Pressure off Joseph's left. I don't know if he sees it. Oh, we moved. They didn't call it. Wow. Oh.
There's the penalty flag.
They called.
So looked like Hampton was a little quick.
Yeah.
That handoff was to number 16, Daquan Tilson.
Yeah, illegal shift. They called it.
A 5-yard penalty is coming against the Bulldogs.
Looked like a CFL play or Arena League when you can go toward the line of scrimmage. He got a little excited.
I used to love the Arena League.
Oh, I love watching it.
I actually went to a game.
When they were in St. Louis?
No, it was in Nashville.
Oh, okay.
And
Weren't they? Didn't they have a team in St. Louis or no?
I don't remember.
Did I dream that?
But I remember when I was at the paper,
Sikeston called timeout.
Sikeston's going to take timeout. They're going to be faced with a 2nd and 7. But I guess it's story night, Matt, because I got more stories to tell. But it was back when I was at the newspaper, and I'm trying to think back. I'm getting old, so memories.
Well, who did Kurt Warner play for?
He was an Arena League guy.
Yeah.
I don't remember which team, but we were in Nashville, or got invited to the Nashville game, and the general manager or one of the big dogs in the office for that Nashville Arena League team was from Sikeston, and we did an article on the guy, and we got complimentary tickets for 4 of us to head out there. And we drove to Nashville and watched them play, I believe it was Grand Rapids, I believe. Interesting, that was a regular season game. Grand Rapids won that game against Nashville. Those two ended up meeting in the championship, the Arena Bowl.
Right.
And that Grand Rapids, I believe, ended up winning it. But very fun experience. It's so neat.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, if anybody saw Arena League, it's about half the length of a real football
field.
60
or 70 yards or something,
and more narrow and
right.
indoors, and you got padding on the walls.
Oh, they go into the padding.
It was so fun to watch, though. Handoff to Sherrod. He's trying to break tackles.
Holy cow.
He's still breaking tackles. Penalty flag is down.
Wow.
He broke about 10 tackles on that play, and he's finally brought down at the 5, but we have a penalty.
I'm going to guess that's in the holding area again, but I'm not sure.
From the back
could be a face
judge.
mask.
Personal foul against the Bulldogs. I'm not sure. Is that targeting? I'm not sure what that signal was. We're
struggling to determine the.
Well, he did his fist like this. Maybe illegal helmet contact. That's one of those newer penalties. Those penalties didn't exist in our day, Matt.
No, I know. Deej, I got an update from a loyal viewer, Clay Madison. The St. Louis Stampede was an Arena League team.
Oh, okay.
Now,
Heckemeyer going deep to
Jonathan
Green and couldn't get it. He might have been out of bounds anyway.
I think he might have been out anyway. I do remember Kurt Warner, whatever team he was on, had the goggles, like a pilot. Was it the pilots or the?
I'm not sure.
Only if we had a device where we could look.
That was a 15-yard penalty. I'm not sure what the penalty was.
They said maybe helmet to helmet. Is that what you said?
Probably I believe some kind of illegal helmet contact would be my guess. Don't hold me to it, but it went against the Bulldogs. It took away a big run by Keodrick Sherrod. So now it's 3rd and 18. Bulldogs are backed up all the way to the 27. Heckemeyer out of the shotgun. He's looking deep. Connor Wallace with a great move. C.J. Posey trying to get some blocks.
Hang on to the ball.
Wallace still moving, and he's brought down.
That's close to a first down. That is a hair short.
To about the 5. And Bulldogs are going to be faced with a 4th.
Do you go, Deej, or do you kick it?
Well, we have a penalty, though. So we'll see what they call here.
They're slinging.
And that's against the Bulldogs as well.
Wow.
So that's going to be a 5-yard penalty, and another great play wiped out by a penalty.
And another loyal listener or watcher, Rod Anderson, said he played for the Iowa Barnstormers.
Okay.
And that's it.
I was thinking Iowa. I should have said it.
They
should have said that.
Rod, thank you. He had there was one, do you remember what I'm talking about? They had the goggle, like, they were in the planes flying around.
That is, Bulldogs are going to take timeout. That's their second timeout of the half.
Speaking of shooting ourselves in the foot.
2 crucial penalties, costly penalties for the Bulldogs. Wiped out a Keodrick Sherrod run that would have been inside the 5. And then that time to Connor
Basically
Wallace.
to the 5.
Which about to the 6, 5 or 6. Great plays by the Bulldogs, but they're committing very costly penalties to wipe out these plays. That would have been, it wouldn't have been a first down, that last play. And you asked, do you go for it or kick it? I think you would probably kick it there. You have a great kicker.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. It's tough. Depends on how close it was. If it's 4th and 1, I think you go for
it. Right. I'm sure Coach Pulley has the 3rd and 23 play already in the playbook.
Well, you have a guy who can go up and get it, and C.J.
That's
Posey.
right.
If you just throw it up,
he's
got the athleticism to go up and get balls.
I'll say not unfortunately. Fortunately, it's probably 4-down territory again. I mean, if you kick it in the end zone, you're only going to net 12 yards.
Yeah, I think you're right.
I mean, I think they'll go for it regardless. Again, I'm not the coach, and he certainly knows his players better than me, but he's got 5 out.
Short pass to Posey. That's not going to get much.
Yep.
They tried to just overload one side. So Sikeston had 4 receivers
on the far right,
on the far side, and they came back to Posey and looking for a one-on-one situation where you have one man out there blocking. It picked up only about 4, I believe.
Yep. 4th and 18 is what the board shows. Yeah, now you're at the 27. We'd be talking about a 44-yarder field goal. That's probably a little far out of his. I mean, it may not be out of his range. It might be that's a pretty tough kick.
So 4th down play coming. Heckemeier's looking to the end zone.
Oh,
he
stopped.
Posey, but
and I don't know if you saw that develop. Connor Wallace stopped. C.J. Posey just went by, and the defenders were not paying attention. He was open,
wide open.
Yeah.
That'll be a turnover on downs, and the Tigers' defense holds on. The Bulldogs shot themselves in the foot with 2 very costly penalties on that drive.
I got some scores. Would you like me to go over some scores, Deej?
Sure.
Looks like in the first quarter, Haytime and Charleston are tied at 0. Dexter's up on Carruthersville 14-0 in the first quarter. In the second quarter, Malden is up 22-6 over East Prairie. And Jackson is up 14-0 over Cardinal Ritter in the first quarter. And we can go to this play, and I'll call out some more here in just a minute. And
that give to Harris.
I was going to say,
he's going to be brought down probably for a loss, it looks like.
Like he had a guy hanging on him halfway across the field, and it took 2 others to bring him down.
I believe it was 36. Is that Xavier Jackson? So Xavier Jackson with that tackle. He just held on long enough for the cavalry to arrive.
Sorry, Deej. New Madrid County is up on Kennett 22-7 in the first quarter. And Portageville is up 22-0 on Chaffee in the second quarter. And that's Portageville homecoming, I understand. And thanks, Rod, for those scores.
Man in motion. That he gives it to the man in motion. That man has some speed, and he's loose. And finally brought down, I believe that's Tilson with the tackle. Touchdown saving tackle.
Absolutely.
I could not see
16,
the number.
Daquan Tilson, right?
Tilson on the tackle. I could not see the number of the ball carrier.
Oh, I'm sorry.
He got about 20 or 15 or 20 on that. And a 1st and 10 for the Tigers at the 46. 6:18 and counting in the second quarter.
Sure would like to go into the half with the lead, I can tell you that much. We've got a pitch here.
There's the pitch. Nice play.
Oh, nice play on the end. Got her off the block and made the tackle.
That's Tilson again.
He's all over the field tonight, Deej.
Nice play.
Lost a yard. Time. He saw that one coming, too.
That quarterback, I believe, may have pitched a little soon on that. He didn't stretch it out. It was Edwards who received the pitch and lost a yard on the play. 2nd and 11 for the Tigers with 5:35 to go in the quarter, the second quarter. Bulldog defense has been strong so far. That's Edwards in motion. Here comes Fox rolling out.
Flag down.
Penalty flag is down, and he dropped that pass. That was a wide open man on the far sideline, and he dropped it, but it probably won't matter anyway.
We'll say that's a holding type penalty. Nope, illegal shift.
So that is a illegal shift. That penalty's declined, so that would have been a repeat of 2nd down if Sikeston took it.
So they just declined it
Just declined it. It's now 3rd and 11.
I like it.
So that's one of those cases where we just mentioned earlier, you're too wide open, and that receiver had nobody within 10 yards of him.
It happens. You're not reacting sometimes. And next thing you know, you're like, oh crap, I'm too far open. Sometimes like a pass, you're too far under, or you're wide open under the basket and you don't score. You think surely somebody's about ready to block it. Uh-oh.
He's got space. He's got a first down. And brought down, or pushed out of bounds, not brought down.
Just about a horse collar there.
It was close.
25.
It's a new ball carrier. That is Tayshawn Arnold.
That was his first carry.
Another sophomore.
Wow.
They are loaded with young players.
Man.
Which is part of the explanation of why they haven't won a game. When you're playing a bunch of sophomores, it's going to be hard to beat seniors and juniors on these other teams. 1st and 10 at the 33. Fox hands off.
That was a great play there. Who got in there and gummed that up? Was that Trace?
Mark Fisher, one of those tacklers, I believe.
Got in there and just absolutely destroyed that play, and it had no chance of getting anywhere. Had a lot of pressure right up the middle. And just about took the football on the handoff. It's stiffen up here, defense.
A loss of 3, that time by Arnold. And it's now 2nd and 13. Bulldog crowd coming alive. Student section trying to inspire the defense.
Yeah, stood him up real quick.
Looks like Fisher again. Fisher was the first on the scene. He got away from him. But a nice job by Mark Fisher, who is one of the senior defensive linemen for the Bulldogs. Stuck with it and was able to make that tackle, and with another loss of a yard for Arnold. So it's now 3rd and 14, and there's 3:47 on the clock.
We'll talk about the Tigers. I'm sure this is probably 4-down territory for them as well. I mean, more than likely you're not going to punt from the 37, because if you kick it in the end zone again, you've just picked up 17 yards, or it's not. It's probably worth the risk, so to speak, at this point in the field. But that's
play clock was running down, and the Tigers took a timeout to avoid a 5-yard penalty. So with that timeout, we'll take one with them, as our main man Chris Hotchkiss used to say. We'll be right back. 3:25 to go in the first half. Cape Central just used their last timeout. It's 3rd and 14. Big play for both teams. Cape Central is trying to get on the board, and the Bulldogs trying to preserve the shutout here in the first half. 3rd and 14 for the Tigers.
Sikeston was bringing pressure right up the middle.
Going deep and incomplete. That was just a jump ball.
That was a dangerous pass, I can tell you.
If you're going to throw a jump ball, C.J. Posey's not the guy to do the jump ball with.
No, you better have Randy Moss or somebody out there to out-jump him.
Look, C.J. had a chance to intercept that, but it was overthrown, and he was just able to kind of bat it away. And it's now 4th and 14.
I would presume they're going for it. Again, I can't.
Well,
I would certainly defer to the coaches. They know their staff a whole lot better than I do.
They are lined up as if they are going for it.
Yeah, we have nobody back.
I don't believe you'll see a punt here.
No,
so he's dropping back to throw right over the middle, and he's caught it.
Wow.
That is McClard on the catch.
Wow.
There's one of those slants you talked about, Matt.
I'm telling you, they're so difficult to defend. I mean, like I said, I'm not a football guy necessarily, but, man, Tom Brady has made a living throwing those slants. And to guys that again, they're professional athletes and things like that. But Justin Edelman and guys like that. I realize they had Gronkowski, but that guy's a beast, a different level. But throwing it to the possession receivers, and they pick up 6-7 yards at a time, and you can't defend it because you can't get pressure back there fast enough.
Big play there. So quarterback's kept it, and he's going to get a touchdown.
Wow.
So what a big momentum shift. Tigers converted a fourth and 14.
Mm-hmm.
And on the very next play, Adrian Fox, their sophomore quarterback, fakes to the running back in motion, kind of an option, read option perhaps.
Definitely a read option,
and ran right up the middle. It looked untouched.
That's momentum for you for sure. But I will say we got plenty of time to score. We still got a timeout. We got the 2-minute warning. Oh, we don't have 2-minute warning.
It was about a 20-yard run. I didn't get the exact measurement, how far it was, but about a 20-yard run for Fox. So the Tigers can take a lead with the extra point.
There it goes, 5 yards.
And the Bulldogs
blocked it.
So this game will remain tied with 2:46 to go in the first half. So
I thought the play clock went off, but
big break for the Bulldogs there to block the extra point to keep this thing tied. This game has got the makings of a low-scoring affair, and every single point
counts.
Seems like it's going to matter at this time.
Is that the first time Cape scored in, what'd you say, 3 weeks now?
They were shut out for 3 straight games.
So 3 weeks is 12 quarters, and they didn't score the first quarter, so 13 quarters. Wow. Well.
So the Bulldogs will have 2:46 left in the half to try to score. They do have 1 timeout.
Coach Gibbs has always been enamored with the onside kick. I would think I would be slightly not on edge.
I don't think you would do that with 2:46 to go, because if you don't get it, Sikeston's at midfield. And I believe, didn't they kick one in the end zone earlier as well?
We kicked off to start the game.
Excuse me, they haven't kicked yet, so they haven't done that.
Yeah, so I don't know. I mean, this guy may have a leg. He might kick it to Matthews, but Coach Gibbs, if you remember there for a while, it seemed like we onside kicked 2 or 3, 4 times a game.
Quite often, but usually not in the end of a half.
That was a juggernaut offense we had to and a juggernaut defense, so it makes difference. Makes a difference.
I think they will kick away on this one, Matt.
He's not back. Usually they're back about 10 yards deep, and he was, pooch kick. There we go. Okay. Well,
ball taken.
That was just a don't kick it to CJ or Satron, looked like to me.
I couldn't see who got it. So short return on the kick return for the Bulldogs. They're going to have the ball at the 37. Eckemeyer in the shotgun. Keodrick Sherrod in the backfield. So Bulldogs have some time to make something happen here. Eckemeyer gives to Sherrod. He's got some room up the middle. Runs into the ref and gets about 8 on that carry. So
a lot of times they try to use those guys for a screen.
Sometimes you can. The refs are part of the field.
Absolutely.
So if you are skilled enough in that area, you can use the ref as a shield.
Well, they're stacking the box again. They got 8 in there now.
Another give to Sherrod. He's going to have the first down and more.
There we go.
And he's across midfield and brought down at the 44 for a first down.
You get through that second level quick, Deej, and next thing you know, you picked up 12, 15 yards and moving the ball real well now, real nicely. I would bet we got a pass here in just a minute. They're stacking that box, something fierce.
Only 7
Play
in the box
action,
this time.
maybe.
Sherrod again. Nothing there that time, maybe a yard.
Yeah. Seem content right now with Sherrod to just wail away and pick up yardage, churn the clock. You know, you obviously want to churn the clock and score with double zeros. It's hard to manage it exactly to that, but you certainly, I mean, if you score now with 1:30 left, you're not going to, say, take it off the board.
Pass to Tilson. There's a penalty flag down, so this one will probably come back. Yep. Tilson's still loose. If it stands, he's got a first down, but we have a penalty. Let's see what this one's going to be. And it's holding against Sikeston.
We have shot ourselves in the foot tonight.
Penalties have been big in this first half against the Bulldogs.
I'm sure Coach Pulley's a little frustrated at the moment.
Very costly penalties on the previous drive. Sikeston was looking to take a 2-score lead. Twice got inside the 10. Both those plays erased by penalties. Sikeston ended up turning the ball over on downs. Cape Central took over and scored. Now 2nd and long, that give to Sherrod. He's cutting up the middle. Really just a gain of 1 or 2 on that. So it's going to be 3rd and long, Matt.
I was thinking if we scored earlier when we were inside the 50, inside the Tiger 50, that certainly early or when we were looking to go up 2 scores, you probably go for 2. But now that it's tied at 6, I think we just kick the extra point. I'm hoping that we get a chance to try it and see what Coach Pulley's going to do here.
Going deep to Posey.
He's open.
He's got
nice catch.
Nice catch.
What a play. Hey, and that wasn't really a slant, but when you're coming across the field, going the opposite, sort of against the grain, so to speak, man, it's just open a lot of times.
Kind of a deep post on that one. So gain of about close to 30 yards on that play to Posey. He's over 100 receiving. And Bulldogs in business with 54 seconds to go. Heckemeyer gives to Sherrod. He's still pushing ahead. He gets about 5. The ball comes loose. And the ref says he is down. So Cape Central wanting a fumble there.
Well, their sideline was jumping up and down.
Yep. Sikeston's going to call their final timeout. So the clock was ticking. A lot of confusion, and the Bulldogs used their final timeout.
Probably a good timeout there.
I would say a lot of confusion on that play. So Sherrod's up to
2nd and 5 probably.
Sherrod's up to 54 rushing. He's had several good runs on this drive alone. Posey is up to 119 receiving.
Nice.
If my math is correct.
My ex-best friend, Richard McGill, texted us and was some disparaging comments I shall not read, but just suffice to say he's my ex-best friend, right?
I'd say that.
Are they, as they say, et tu, Brute?
My math is wrong. I'll have to recalculate on CJ's stats. But we're back to action. It's 37 seconds to go in the half. Sikeston faced with a 2nd and 6. Heckemeyer drops back to throw.
Well, he's open on
got
an
Posey.
out. One-on-one play.
And
he's in. He's in.
Yeah. So a 21-yard touchdown pass to Posey. And Posey did a lot of work there just to get in the end zone. He pulled the guy and drug him for about 5 yards.
Are we kicking? And no, looks like we're going for 2. That was a great play design. Derek, I don't know if you saw, we basically, it was just like we were running a while ago. We had CJ on the outside by himself. You load up the field on the other side, and they've got to respect it. They have to guard that side. He's by himself. They throw it out, and he's wide open, and he just makes a play in space and gets in. Going for 2 is a big play. If he can get outside, get out. Ugh.
Hampton's brought down. That Satron Hampton on the carry, 2-point conversion, no good. 30 seconds to go in the first half. Bulldogs strike again, and they lead 12-6.
Hopefully, the score is decisively enough in the Bulldogs' way that doesn't come back to bite us.
I mean, they might have seen something they thought they could take advantage of.
Absolutely, I'm confident of that.
Thornborough did miss his first extra point this game. I thought it was through just from our very odd.
From here.
We're at a tough angle to see. Obviously, the refs are not going to just miss that.
Not both of them.
And Dylan kicked the ball a mile out on the track, and it looked like it was through, but they called it no good. So another missed 2-point conversion that time, leaving this at a 6-point game with 30 seconds to go.
Well, certainly going to need the Bulldogs to step up here. One good thing, though, Deej, is we do get the ball at half. If we can get them off the field without scoring, they have no timeouts left. We can get the ball at half and hopefully put some more points on the board. Of course, then I think you almost have to go for it again.
Okay.
If you score again to make it 18, I think you're just about in a position. You're up 12. I think you probably try to go for it. Try to make it 14. I don't know. Hopefully we shall see. Long kickoff by Thornborough, as we say again. Yawn. Yawn into the end zone. Way to go, Dylan Thornborough.
So I've redone my math. I had a mistake on Posey. Posey, really, this is Joseph Heckemeyer and Posey, because every pass that Heckemeyer's completed has gone to Posey. So it's 114 receiving yards and 114 passing yards for Heckemeyer. Posey with a 114 receiving on 5 catches here in the first half. I mean, that is some serious work.
Yes.
He did complete 2 or 3 others, but those were
called back,
wiped out with penalties.
What do you think? You think Coach Gibbs is going to be content to go down 6 or?
He won't be content. I think he's going to try something here. Maybe not a bomb.
Well,
yeah, they're going over the middle. So wide open over the middle. That's not going to get much if he gets out of bounds.
He got out of bounds.
So smart play by McClard that time.
Picked up probably a first down.
Not much time. I believe they gave him the first. They did, yes. So
got a couple scores here, Deej. Looks like Malden's up 30-6 over East Prairie. Kennett's up. Oh, I went the wrong way. Well, New Madrid Central's still up 22-7, and Chaffee's still up 22-0. Both of those are in the second quarter now.
Fox looking to the sideline. That man had a chance to go out of bounds, but he's getting more yards across the field. And a penalty flag coming in.
I see a flag come out.
That was a great effort by the Cape Central player to do that, but it wasted a lot of time. Cape Central has no timeouts.
That's probably going to be a block in the back, or we used to call clipping or whatever. I'm going to assume that's typically where those come in.
That penalty came in right where he was running. Personal foul, blocking below the waist against the Tigers. That's a big one. That'll be 15 yards, and that play will not count.
That's right. Is that 15 yards from the spot or 15 yards
I believe so, yes.
Okay.
Our score is backwards on the graphic. I want to thank Mr. Kiefer, Coach Kiefer, my old football coach, informed me that
Coach Keefe.
Our score graphic is actually incorrect. The Bulldogs are leading this game 12-6. Thank you, Coach Kiefer, for that.
Oh, he picked it off.
That pass is intercepted, I believe. Yeah. No, they're going to call it incomplete. It sure looked like a pick. Mr. Byler said Coach Kiefer can come get a free piece of pizza.
Oh, they did. They gave it to him. That's right. Coach, come see us. I would call Coach Kiefer an old dog, is what they call him.
They did give the Bulldogs
rule it
an
interception.
Now, I lost the number. Was that Jonathan Green? Yeah, Jonathan Green with that interception.
Nice play, Jonathan
So Sikeston, if they wish, will have a Hail Mary situation here.
I was going to say,
Heckemeyer's got the arm to reach the end zone. They were about 40 yards out. Now they're going to discuss it.
They pointed it. They pointed at Sikeston like it was a turnover. No, this will be first and 10.
If they give it to the Bulldogs, they're discussing. I thought it was an interception, but I'm a long ways away. But they're going to call it incomplete. So Cape Central will get the ball back with 3.5 seconds to go. And now this is a situation, Matt. I don't think you want to throw a bomb here. You might throw a little short pass or even run the ball 70 yards away. A lot of college teams will just take a knee in this situation.
Right.
I don't think they'll take
Coach
a knee.
Coach Pulley's not. He's not. I'm going to guess he's not real happy about that. From here, from my 50-year-old eyes, certainly looked like a pick. It was low. It looked like he picked it off the ground. Or not off the ground. He picked it before it hit the ground.
What makes a coach upset is the indecision, because they've changed their mind two different times.
Yeah.
Pulley's out on the field.
Jeez. What is going on?
They snapped the ball when Coach Pulley was talking to the white hat, and the white hat wasn't even ready. I don't think he started the clock.
No, I'm not sure he didn't. They calling a flag on
they're going to call delay a game against the Tigers. Well, that's interesting because Coach Pulley was out on the field talking to the white hat. I did not realize they even started the play clock. Now Coach Gibbs is upset.
Well,
He's talking to the side judge on his side.
I don't blame him. I'm not, the officials certainly have a better vantage point than we do as far as the interception. I agree with you. So just from here, it did look like he caught it, but they're obviously in a much better position than I am.
There is .7 left on the clock, 10 seconds on the play clock. Sikeston's sending men deep. I can't imagine Cape would just throw a bomb here, but there's a little short pass, so there you go. So McClard takes it. He's going to get a few and run out of bounds and end this half. So interesting way to end the half. He got about 10 on that play, by the way.
Yeah.
But very head-scratching moments there for both coaches. And Coach Gibbs is saying, well, how can we get a delay of game when the White Hats over having a discussion with the Sikeston coach? I totally get that point of view as well.
I do. That was listen, I'm far be it from me to be critical about the officials because that's a tough job, and you know there's a shortage of officials now, and I've had my my opinions change about those guys as far as what they do. They're certainly doing it for the love of football, and they're wanting to help kids and all those things. It's certainly they're certainly not getting rich by making $100 or whatever they're making tonight to do that. So, and they certainly have no ulterior motives about which team they want to win. So, it's we'll give them a little grace and let them take that one with them to the locker room and let them discuss that one, figure that one out.
So we're at halftime. Sikeston leading Cape Central 12-6. This is going to be in a little extended halftime, a 20-minute break. Homecoming festivities tonight.
Yep.
And Sikeston and Cape Central both have some things to think about, how they're going to play out the second half. The Bulldogs will receive the second half kickoff, and we'll take a 20-minute break, and we will be back to give you some halftime stats, some scores, and talk about what just happened. Be back in a little bit.
present the 5 young women nominated to be this year's Fall Homecoming Queen candidates. presented flowers by the junior class president, Mr. Justice Taylor, and the junior class vice president, Miss Nia Hodges. The Queen will be crowned tonight at the homecoming dance at 10:45 p.m. Ladies and gentlemen, it is with great pleasure that we announce the 2021 Fall Sports Homecoming Queen, Miss Kate Gross.
Derek James, Matt Tanner back for the second half of this homecoming night in Sikeston. Sikeston Bulldogs leading the Cape Central Tigers 12-6 here at the half. Got a few halftime stats for you. Joseph Heckemeyer, the Sikeston quarterback. He is 5 for 11 passing for 114 yards with 2 touchdowns. All of those going to C.J. Posey, 5 catches for 114 yards with 2 touchdowns. And really, that's all of Sikeston's scoring offense, at least. Keodrick Sherrod on the ground has 54. If I could do my math correctly, hang on. Yeah, 54 yards 54 yards rushing on 14 carries. And only one other player has gotten carries, and that is Satron Hampton. He has 2 carries for 30 yards. One of those was a 27-yard run, his longest of the season. Kind of the story of Sikeston's first half offense was penalties, wiping out 2 big plays, which could have been a very good scoring opportunity for the Bulldogs. And those penalties wiped out the drive, or kind of thwarted that drive. Sikeston lost it on downs. Cape Central took the ball and went down and scored to tie the game.
Well, and the big play in that, after we turned it over on downs, after the back-breaking penalties, is it was a 4th and 13 first down pickup. The very next play, a read option, they kind of get to the end zone.
Cape Central caught the Bulldogs napping on that one play, probably, I guess, back-to-back plays, and Tigers got back in the game. Adrian Fox, the quarterback for the Tigers, he has 6 completions for 61 yards. Not much offense for the Tigers. Fox is also the leader in rushing. He has 33 yards rushing on 6 carries. Next closest is Dixon with 17 yards on 3 carries. Cameron Harris, who's been their main ball carrier over the season, only has 4 carries for 5 yards. And, Matt, you have some halftime scores.
I do, and real quick, the Cameron Harris, is he Blake Harris?
I believe they're brothers.
I was going to say that they were both just bruising running backs, and that big kid, so I assume they were probably related.
And he's also a basketball player, Cam Harris. He's pretty freakish athletically. He can fly around and dunk, and you see how big he is. They list him 6'2" or 3 with 230 pounds.
Yeah.
Well, that's quite a load to get up there and hammer a dunk home.
For sure. Here's some scores around the area. New Madrid County Central is up 28-21 on Kennett at half. Scott City is up 35-7 over Kelly at half. Malden is up 38-6 over East Prairie at half. Jackson 21-0 over Cardinal Ritter. I guess Cardinal Ritter is to hold Jackson to 21 points, as weird as that sounds, has a lot to.
They had a pretty good game last year. The Jackson won state, and I say Jackson still won, I believe, by a turbo clock. But Cardinal Ritter hung a bunch of points on them. Cardinal Ritter had I think a receiver that maybe went to Oklahoma or something.
Okay.
Cardinal Ritter had some talent, and obviously they're still doing okay.
Yeah,
if they're hanging with Jackson, they're doing okay.
Yeah, 21-0 at half. Portageville up 28-0 over Chaffee. This is the second quarter. I'm sure it's halftime now. And Dexter up 20-0 over Crothersville at half. And that's the score for the surrounding area. Again, thank you, Rod Anderson, for those scores.
He's the man.
Appreciate
your help on that, Mr. Anderson. And the Bulldogs will receive this opening kickoff of the second half, leading 12-6. And I'm sure, Matt, that some of the discussion at halftime in the locker room for the Bulldogs is we have to score on this opening possession. You have to take control of this game. And if you can get a 2-score lead, you have to feel pretty good the way this first half went with the defenses on both sides.
I totally agree. I think they're really stressing. Again, I hate going back to basketball. It's kind of our deal too, but what they say, the first 3 minutes of the second half. Exactly. It's kind of that same mode in football. If you can score this first possession, all of a sudden you're up at a minimum 18-6, maybe 20-6, or 19, depending on what they do with the extra point.
You can demoralize a team with a quick run to start the half.
You can. And I'm sure one other thing that Coach Pulley and the staff stressed was really trying to clean up the penalties. I mean, it's really, I mean, they should be up another score, really, in all. in all seriousness here, they should be up another. I called it. It's not going to go 10 yards. I told you. Coach Gibbs likes that onside kick.
The quick change of pace to start a half. Gibbs did that a lot here at Sikeston.
Yep.
A onside kick at the beginning of the half to catch you napping. And sometimes throughout the game. Earlier you were talking that they might try it with 2 minutes to go in the half. I didn't think that was the time to do it because if you don't get it, Sikeston's got great field position with a little time left to try to score. But
one other quick score, Derek, from Rod. Hayti is up 20-6 against Charleston at half.
That's the Bulldogs' opponent next week. The Blue Jays will be coming here for the 135th game.
Wow.
At handoff to Hampton. He's trying to get around the edge. No room on the short side of the field. Pretty much brought down inbounds at the line of scrimmage. So no gain
He
for
might have
Hampton.
scratched out a half a yard. It's probably a no gain, but
Bulldogs, after the onside kick attempt failed by the Tigers, the Bulldogs have excellent field position here. Heckemeyer out of the shotgun. Hampton's in the backfield. That's Daquan Tilson in motion. Heckemeyer's
another
looking
play
to throw,
action deep.
and he's sacked.
Looked
Like he just tripped.
tripped. Yeah, I'm not sure what
He
happened there.
didn't really get hit. I think he was just trying to step up in the pocket and just kind of lost his footing. Maybe somebody got a hand in and tripped him. I couldn't tell. But that'll be a sack for the Tigers and a loss of 7 or so on that play, maybe 6. It's going to be third. We're going to give him 6-yard loss on that. So 3rd and 16 for the Bulldogs. I smell a play to C.J. Posey.
I do too. I think they're going to throw some sort of play action here.
He's going to have to get rid of it. There's a penalty
flag.
flag down. They did go to Posey,
CJ.
and he did catch it, but there's a penalty flag down. C.J. got about 10 on that play, but it's going against the Bulldogs, so that will not count. Another penalty.
You think they'll back them up here?
I believe so.
Yeah, probably.
Because that'll make it 3rd and 20. If they took the play, it would be 4th and about 6.
Yeah. Either way, I don't think that we go for it, but
It'll be 3rd and 20. So Bulldogs. Oh, excuse me. That was a holding call.
oh,
I didn't see the signal. I thought it was a motion penalty, but it's a holding call. That's a bigger penalty. So 10 yards from the spot of the foul. And look where the Bulldogs are now. They are backed up way back to the 34.
wow.
3rd and maybe about 30. My quick math. 3rd and 28. That's what it is. It's 3rd down. So Jonathan Green on the short catch. Not going to be very much there. About a gain of 5 to Jonathan Green. And that'll bring up 4th down for the Bulldogs.
We're hoping we could sort of squash some of those penalty flags that kind of hung over our neck like an albatross the first half and come right back. So
They're hurting the Bulldogs this game. So Bulldogs, not what they wanted to start this half. They're punting on their own side of the field after receiving the ball across the 50. Low snap.
Oh, boy.
Thornborough gets it away. It's a good-looking punt if it can get a roll. McClard's going to pick it up and go for it. And he gets a couple on the return. Pretty good coverage by the Bulldog coverage team there. So a good punt by Thornborough after the snap rolled to him. He's able to get the snap off, or the kick off. And McClard, with pretty good speed, he's dangerous back there, but the Bulldog coverage team was there.
Yeah, I think Jace Riddle was the up man there, and he turned around. As soon as he turned back around, they snapped it, and I don't think anybody was ready. That looked like some miscommunication that fortunately didn't ended up not hurting the Bulldogs. Of course, Dylan, a very good athlete, was able to get the play or scoop the ball up and get it out of there.
The Tigers have 1st and 10 at the 28, maybe the 27. They were at a tough angle, but shotgun, man in motion. Adrian Fox at quarterback for the Tigers. He fakes to the inside man and hits the man in motion. I can't see his number.
6.
He's going to have a 1st down. That's Dixon on the catch.
It was just a little short wheel route. He kind of was in motion and just kind of came back across the field behind the line of scrimmage, and he's open and picked up basically a 1st down.
Got about 12 on the play.
Yeah.
So 1st and 10 for the Tigers now at the 38. trips left. The man goes in motion. That's Dixon in motion.
He's the guy
Fox
they're
is
keying
just
on.
going to run. He's brought down for a loss. Nice play. I believe that is Xavier Jackson.
Great play.
Really nice play by Jackson to read that and
Shed
make
the block and got right to him.
make the tackle for a loss. Loss of about 3 for Fox. Xavier Jackson is the grandson of Homer Jackson, a former coach and educator here at Sikeston for many, many years. Matt, Homer Jackson, coach, I always called him Coach. I still call him Coach to this day. Coach Jackson was, I believe, I'm going way back here, my first ever basketball coach. And I'm talking like I was 6.
Oh, is that right?
He coached me in the Buddy League.
Really?
You remember the Buddy League?
Oh, absolutely. I remember Coach Jackson was the 7th or 8th grade coach when we were in junior high.
He coached me my freshman year.
Okay. I think the time when your brother Brian and I came through, I think he was the 8th. Because I think Coach Vickery was the 7th grade coach, and he was the 8th grade coach.
It would have been 8th and 9th because we didn't have 7th
I'm
then.
sorry. You're right.
So, yeah.
It was 8th and 9th.
So Coach
That's
Jackson
correct.
was freshman. Coach
You're
Vickery
correct.
coached me
Yep.
in 8th grade.
You're right.
8th grade junior high basketball. But Coach Jackson was my Buddy League coach. I was probably 6 or 7 years old.
There's that.
There's a play to McClard. He's got speed. Bulldogs finally get him out of bounds.
Man.
So that was a gain of, about 20 to McClard. He's dangerous, Matt.
Listen, Coach Gibbs knows his personnel, but, man, I would have to find that guy a lot. He would be getting the ball a bunch.
He's a basketball player, too. Very quick. You can see he's a small guy.
Little
he's only
guy.
about 5'7".
Yeah.
But he plays
as
basketball.
lightning.
You look at him and say, well, this guy's a little bitty, but the kid is tough, I'm telling you.
Yeah.
Ball placed at the 44. Another first down for the Tigers. And there's a penalty flag. This one will probably be against Cape.
I was
don't
going to
think
say, I didn't see
anybody
anything
was
else.
offsides.
Yeah, false
So
start.
it is against Cape. We are directly in line with the line of scrimmage, so Sikeston didn't have anybody offside, so I knew that was going to be on the Tigers. Bulldog defense is going to have to buck up, keep the Tigers off the board here. They are faced with a 1st and 15 right at midfield at the 49.
Yeah, defense looks like we're handling the run a little bit. It seems like when they get loose and get some time to throw, we don't have anybody.
That pass is dropped.
You know, I think that was the same kid. And don't quote me on that. Remember the kid that it was like 3rd and 16. It was on the far side of the field. And I think it was the same kid that dropped the pass.
I do remember the play, but
I
I never got a number on that kid that dropped that pass. That's a pretty costly drop there because he would have had at least 5 yards.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe more if he was able to make a move and get away from a defender. It's now 2nd and 15. Tigers already back up, ready to play.
Well, look like they moved awful quick.
Quarterback kept it. He's brought down a gain of 5.
Back to the original line of scrimmage. And looked like they were moving a lot before the play.
That tackle, number 57. Dakota Sanchez. Number 53 is Preston Smith. He's not in the program. His number is incorrect in the program. But that was Preston Smith, and
Bulldogs need a big play here. They need to get off the field, and there goes that. Man, they're throwing those outs like crazy.
pass. Dontrez Williams in the game, sophomore cornerback.
Yeah.
He was defending on that play. That pass was overthrown.
They have picked up something on that out. They keep throwing that little 3-yard hitch play.
Keeping it simple for this sophomore quarterback, trying to
For sure. Yeah.
make shorter throws.
Well, there's not a
He's made some good throws over the middle.
no,
though.
sure. There's not a 4-read progression or anything like that. He's just throwing some quick hitters, picking up plays, and letting his guys. I mean, they're got some athletes out there really making some plays for him.
So it's a 4th and 11. The
This
Tigers,
looks like a kick.
He's pretty deep for offensive play, so he probably will punt. No,
Nope.
he's going to throw it,
Yeah.
and it's intercepted by
okay.
Connor Wallace. So
Okay. What a great. Okay. I guess it really didn't really matter at the end of the day, but
Well, you go for it. You
He
don't.
sort of showed his hand a little bit that we're not going to be.
I thought he was going to punt it. He was lined up pretty deep.
Yeah, I agree.
And they did a good job disguising it. But Connor Wallace was not fooled, and he got the interception. The Bulldogs have an opportunity.
Big stop here, too.
If they can turn this turnover into points. The ball is placed at the 38.
It'd be really nice to get something on the board here. Get another touchdown.
In motion. Heckemeyer looking for Posey. He's got it.
Oh.
And he's got a first down on that. Still on his feet, but they just go ahead and blow the whistle.
Boy, that was really close to going to the house. Great tackle by the Cape defender.
If he had, you're right. If that Cape Central defender didn't hang on, CJ could have
gone.
scored.
He was gone. They wouldn't have caught him.
That's CJ's 6th catch of the game. He's got 125 yards.
I would say that's Joseph's favorite target.
And play is blown dead. I didn't see a penalty flag. There's a penalty flag. Yes, I see it now. Offsides against the Tigers.
Wow.
He was lined up in the neutral zone.
I was going to say, I didn't see that. I just thought, well, you think before the snap it's probably a flag against the Bulldogs. How many yards of penalties you have? Well, I guess you can total it up here in a little. I was just curious how the yardage. And where we is this? Was that the first takeaway a while ago, just now?
That is the first turnover for either team.
So Sikeston's +1. We talk. There's
Another
a flag,
penalty.
probably a shift.
Tilson on that catch.
Probably going to drop the 5 yards right back to where we
No
were.
gain on the play. That will be against Sikeston, another illegal shift. So you asked the question. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 penalties for the Bulldogs.
Oh, you don't have the yardage? Or
I do. I just don't have a total. 20, 25, 35, 45, 50 yards.
Okay.
So.
Oh, you don't. I thought you had Cape Central's too.
I do.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I do. Cape Central, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 35 yards in penalties and 6 penalties for them. So pretty close.
Yeah.
Sikestons have screamed louder this game because they've come after big plays. No penalty hurts worse than when you have a huge play get wiped off.
Now we're back to the original line of scrimmage. And
Sherrod back to the line of scrimmage. No gain on that play.
Still second. Now it's second down. I sure like that double. I don't know when they want to bring it out, but I sure like that double fake. Hold the linebackers there. Send CJ right down the middle. That was a really nice play.
I tell you,
he's out on the far side.
That play reminds me of one of my favorite plays ever in Sikeston Bulldog history. I'll tell you in a minute. That's Jonathan Green.
Like he shot out of a cannon
down the sideline. So, Jonathan Green with a gain of about 15.
There's a little team speed there, Deej.
Jonathan Green's got some speed. He's a track athlete. But the play we're referring to where the quarterback is in shotgun and fakes to 2 different men and then throws it deep.
Let me guess. Throwing it to Janelle Hatchett.
That did happen that year, but I'm thinking of the opening play against the Tigers at Houck Stadium.
Oh, that was just a wheel route. They came running out and sent it to Daryl Howard.
To Daryl Howard
Absolutely.
on the opening play for about 30 yards.
Yep. Boy, that set the tone. That was a crazy game. We were talking about that the other night. There's
Heckemeyer getting away from pressure. Overthrown. Now, Jonathan Green got hit.
Yeah.
That ball was way overthrown.
Do they call that in high school uncatchable or whatever?
It's a judgment call. But you could still throw a flag on that. But he got shoved in the back while he's jumping to try to catch it. And there's no way he was going to get it. But you can still throw that penalty. So it's going to be 2nd and 10.
We were talking about that game, how it was packed. That's the last time I can remember Houck was packed.
About 11,000 people.
There was a ton of people there.
Keodrick Sherrod. It's about 3. Not much there. Tigers have been keying on him.
Absolutely.
They've really loaded up to stop the run.
Is he getting close to 100 yet there, Derek?
No, he's a little short.
Okay.
That was just a gain of 2, so they marked him back. He's got 56 yards rushing on 16 carries.
Now he'll break one here in a minute and get a big number toward the 100-yard.
Big run here would get him closer to 100 for sure. It's now 3rd and 8 with 5:31 to go in the third quarter. Satron Hampton coming in, Sherrod coming out. So a little more speed in the backfield. C.J. Posey in at the slot. Busted play. So Heckemeyer gets sacked. And now Sikeston's faced with a decision.
Punting from the 40.
Probably a punt here.
Yeah.
The 4th and 13 or 14.
Yeah.
Try to pin them deep. Dylan Thornbrough
Yeah.
into punt. Excuse me. And the ball is on the 40.
Is that that the McClard kid that's back?
McClard back for the Tigers, so you want to keep it away from
Yeah,
him.
you kick this baby to the opposite side.
Your return man will put his feet on the 10. If it goes over his head, you let it go.
Yeah.
That's kind of the rule of thumb. Dylan
He
gets
kicked
it away.
Sure
It's going to
did.
get a roll. McClard is going to let it
there
roll.
we go.
Beautiful job
Great
by Thornbrough.
job.
And that ball's going to be
Great
down
job.
to about the 3-yard line.
It looked like McClard wanted to go pick it up, but he thought better of it because there was 4 or 5 Bulldogs just bearing down on him.
It's very dangerous.
Because
you try to scoop that.
Oh, and you bobble it, and all of a sudden we pick it up and step in the end zone.
So a nice piece of kicking there.
Absolutely.
Or punting by Thornbrough. He's an impact guy for the Bulldogs. He can.
Listen, we talked about it. He won the. I mean, his field goal ended up being the winning difference between. Was that the
Is
Dexter
Dexter?
game? Yeah, absolutely. And you can kick them if you can put those guys back there inside their own 5. That's a weapon.
He's a good punter. He sends kickoffs for touchbacks, and he's got field goals. So
And he can kick the crap out of a soccer ball too.
that, I believe, is Harris.
Ooh.
Almost a
Sykeston's
safety.
calling for a safety.
He lost about a yard. He got out of the end zone.
That is really close.
Harris looked like he was tippy-toeing out of that end zone. He
Yeah.
wasn't in too big a hurry to get out.
Boy, just be careful here. It wouldn't surprise me to see Coach Gibbs throw one up to McClard or send him over the middle because we're stacking the box. And SIU did that. I think we talked about that before. SIU did this to SEMO. First play of the game, actually. Went 99 yards. You're thinking, uh-oh.
Play clock is ticking. We're down to 5. They're
Is
going
that
to call a timeout here.
Ooh.
They got the play off, and the penalty flag is down. That's Harris again on the carry. He's pushing the pile ahead, so he got out of there a little bit, but let's see what the penalty is.
If that's a penalty, if like a delay game, is that half the distance? That's not.
It'll be half the distance.
Okay,
So
I
if
was
it's
gonna
on the
say, it's
2, it'll go to the 1.
Yeah, yeah. There are some penalty, or well, maybe on some level that they do get a safety or something like that. Maybe a holding or something.
That was an illegal formation, I believe, for the Tigers.
Or
The only
legal
time you would
shift.
get a safety on a penalty if there's holding in the
in
end
the
zone.
end zone. That's right. That's
Yeah.
what I meant. Yeah.
No, you
Yeah.
can't get any points on a penalty
Right.
unless, like, a defensive player is going after the quarterback and the offensive player holds
Right.
in
Right.
the end zone, and
Right.
then that would be a safety.
Right. Right. That's what I meant. Not just a holding call, but yeah, holding in the end zone.
That is another penalty for the Tigers. Pretty costly one because
Yeah.
they were able to get about 5
Get a
yards on that
little
run.
out
and
of the shadow or the
now they're backed
goalpost.
up to the 1 with 3:30 to go in the third quarter. Pass play. He got
gosh.
nailed, but he got it away. McClard on the catch.
Wow. Did I see a
He's
flag?
slippery, and he's getting away from the Bulldogs, probably for a first down there. It's going to be close.
Thought I saw a flag down somewhere, but I guess I didn't.
I believe he got the first, and he did. So the quarterback took a shot, but he got rid of it and hit McClard on the quick slant.
There it is. I'm telling you, those slants are so hard to defend. That's
That kid is-
exactly what they ran. And, I mean, the kid's not big. I mean, he's quick. He's certainly not big. He's athletic.
He's quick and fast
Yeah.
and has good hands.
Yeah, oh, for sure.
And fearless.
Not a lot of guys like sticking their nose in there across the middle like that. He does it look like without fear. And tell you what, give the quarterback, give him his own props. He stood in there and took the hit, and he got rid of it.
Cape Central player is down.
Yeah, it's like he got
He
rolled up on.
He got upended pretty hard. I believe that was number 4 on the carry. That was Marshawn Edwards. Tigers have a man down. On the tackle, they got Edwards down, and the Cape Central guy was trying to block.
They roll up on him.
And it looked like he got upended pretty hard. So we'll go ahead and take a break while they're tending to this down player. We'll be right back. We are back here at Sikeston Public Schools Stadium. 2:24 to go in the third quarter. Sikeston leading Cape Central 12-6. Cape Central's Cameron Harris was the player that was injured on the field. And he has a lower leg injury. I can't tell what it is, ankle, not sure. But he's in some pain and couldn't walk off on his own power, so they had to help him off. And the Tigers now faced with a 2nd and 1.
Wait. Oh, it is on the scoreboard, yeah. They're hate to see that. Key's a senior. Certainly hope it's nothing too detrimental or too bad to him.
Trying to rip the ball
They were
away.
ripping it out of there, weren't they?
So Mark Fisher, the first on the scene, number 66. Number 81 is Trey Scott. He was trying to rip that ball out.
Was.
And
Looked
he
like
was
they
very
lost
close
yardage.
to getting it out. If he got it out of there, he could have returned it for a touchdown. There's
sure.
nobody behind him. But a loss of about 2 or 3 on that play.
Again, I hate to see the Harris kid. You don't want him to see him get hurt. It's his senior year, and that's hopefully it's nothing really bad.
By everything I've heard, he is a fantastic kid.
Right.
Mr. Staple, our athletic director, if I'm not mistaken, I believe that is his nephew, so he speaks very highly of him.
Yeah, absolutely.
Quick pass, little kind of bubble screen there. That's
there's
number
the McClure
4.
kid. Well, the ball kind of looked like it hit his face mask or his hands, and he trying to scoop it up and had to make sure he had it before he tried to run. And
that was actually Edwards on the catch that time. So another loss of about 2 or 3.
So that's 4th and.
So it's going to bring up 4th down for the Tigers, and they're going to have to punt this time.
Would think they are.
I wouldn't
for sure.
think you'd be going for it this deep in your own territory.
I don't think we still don't have anybody back, which is okay. I think they're just making sure.
Adrian Fox, the quarterback, also punts. Sikeston just played it safe. They didn't come after it. Matt, I can tell you this. I know Coach Kiefer is watching our broadcast, but when I was in school and Coach Kiefer was working the special teams, we went for blocking the punt every single time.
And you know what that's from Coach Kiefer. Because when he played, he went for the block every single time. I remember I grew up sort of with Coach Kiefer, and I remember pictures in the paper of him laying straight out blocking kicks.
We had a specialist who was my age. Stafford McClellan was our punt block specialist. He had so much speed.
I think Coach Kiefer, if I'm not mistaken, was called a monster back.
Keodrick Sherrod on the carry. Did he fumble?
Uh-oh.
Ball came out, and Sikeston
like
got it back. I'm not sure who got it. Oh, Mark Fisher, the offensive lineman, came away with that fumble to save the day for now for the Bulldogs.
Got his big paws on it.
He did.
It's probably
But
there's somebody down again.
looks like another Tiger is down. But we would literally, on punt for the other team, line up 10 guys on the line, all across in a line, and one guy back to return
I
it.
was going to say, who was your guy back?
My sophomore year, I think Carlos Ivy was the punt return
Slithery.
guy, I believe. Coach Sheeter might have been back there a few times. I'm not sure. But we lined up. Stafford would have been a sophomore, and we blocked a punt, I think, nearly every game for 3 years.
All under the tutelage of Coach Kiefer.
Yes, for 3 years.
That's crazy.
Stafford was the punt block specialist, and he was there for 3 years blocking these punts. And it's maybe I'm sure I'm exaggerating.
Yeah.
I'm sure it wasn't every game, but it sure seemed like it. We were blocking punts all the time. Now, when I say we lined up 10 across, you say, well, they could just throw a pass. We'd line up 10 across, but 2 guys would then float back,
Right.
just to protect against
Make
a
sure they
fake
don't,
punt
right.
or anything like that.
That's going to be the last play of the half.
So the
Or,
clock,
excuse me, the quarter.
yeah, the clock ticking down. We're able to get the injured player off the field, and that will take us to the end of the third quarter. Sikeston leading the Tigers 12-6 here on homecoming night. We'll be right back. Back here at Sikeston Public Schools Stadium, start of the fourth quarter. Sikeston Bulldogs leading the Tigers 12-6. The Bulldogs have the ball. 2nd and 10 at the 30. I do want to mention, Matt, before the quarter starts, Kate Grubbs won homecoming queen tonight. She is a member of my tennis team. What a thrill for her to be the homecoming queen tonight. And
Again, under your tutelage.
we were just talking about, me and the girls were talking about it. We had our district, our individual district tournament yesterday in Farmington, and on the way back we're talking about, is anybody up for homecoming queen? They all said, Kate's up for it. So I said, well, I hope you win it because you're on my team.
I got a couple updates here. Jackson's up 35-0 in the fourth quarter over Cardinal Ritter. Portageville up 50-0 over Chaffee. Uh-oh. Did they pick that?
I believe that pass was intercepted. Heckemeyer trying to get away from pressure, and the Tigers intercept that pass from Heckemeyer. So Tigers are back in business. They have the ball with 11:21 to go in the ball game.
Malden's up 44-6 as well. One thing I'd like to say, Deej, real quick before we get started here with this. Now the turnover battle is even at 1-1. The Sikeston fans really showed up tonight. There was a large crowd. I went down at halftime to get something to drink and looked at the crowd. There was a really, really good crowd here. It was really good to see, and glad that we showed up tonight as a large contingency of fans.
Cape Central has the ball on the 24-yard line. Out of the shotgun, Adrian Fox. And now we have trips right. Cameron Harris, the running back, is out of the game. He got injured. Short pass, going to have to be an open field tackle, and they can't get a hold of him. He is loose and got a first down. C.J. Posey had a chance to make that play, and he comes up a little slow.
Did a lot of arm tackling there, didn't we, Deej?
Tough to do, and you have an
when you're-
open field.
Yeah, when you're out in space, for sure.
And CJ's limping. He's probably going to come out of the game. That could be a blow to the Bulldogs if he can't come back.
We got 11 on the field, I hope. Looks like.
About a 15-yard play. Gives
Here
it.
comes
Quarterback keeps it.
Reader.
He gets hit but cannot get wrapped up. He gets about 6 on that play.
Number 9, Adrian Fox, the ball carrier.
He's the quarterback did a real good job there. Looks like he's maybe holding his shoulder. Did a great job of just shedding tackles. He took the first lick and kept going. Our defense so far has bent a little bit, but not. We've broken just once, but they're able to. Seems like when we need to come up with some big plays. We come up with some big plays. Uh-oh, here comes a reverse again. Got him hemmed up. Trey Scott.
Trey Scott had that read like a book,
he did.
and they still can't get him.
Holy moly. Wow.
Sikeston had that play stopped. Trey Scott was in position. He read it perfectly.
Number 5, Clayton McClard, the ball
And McClard, slippery as he is able to get away and get out of bounds for a first down.
Boy, that
number 53, Preston.
one kind of stings a little bit because we had him probably 5 to 8 yards behind the line of scrimmage, and he gets loose and slithers away picks up a first down.
Dangerous time for the Bulldogs. They're only up 6. Cape Central on the move. They have a first down at the Bulldog 49. Give to the man in motion.
Oh, what a
Nice
great
play.
tackle.
Is that
Trey Scott.
My goodness, what a play. It was number 4, Marshawn Edwards, that got the ball coming in motion. He tried to stiff arm Trey, and Trey had none of it.
He had none
He said,
of it.
Good luck.
You know,
He brought him down.
I would say that's some of that wrestling coach, getting that under the wrestling coach's tutelage. Wouldn't you say so, Deej?
I would say that's a good plan, yes.
That's the best kid I've ever coached. I'll let him do my taxes.
He is that was a fantastic play. He saw that immediately and just fired out of the
Coach
backfield.
Engel is a fan.
He is a fan of Trey Scott. How could you not be? Uh-oh,
Fox rolling
screen.
out. It is a screen. He's
Boy.
going to roll out and try to run with it.
We got
He's going to get some
nobody
yards.
over there.
And he got a few yards out of that. So
He picked up 4 but ran about 40.
no, he got about 10 or
Oh, I'm
12
sorry. It
on
was
that.
second and 17. That's right.
Yeah, so
He still ran a bunch.
that just shows you Adrian Fox, their sophomore quarterback, he's thrown for over 100.
He's going
and
to be a
he's
problem
also-
in the next couple of years.
Exactly. He's got some ability. And he's up to 47 rushing. And it's now 3rd and 7.
Definitely manageable.
Sikeston's going to take time out and think about this. This is a big play.
Absolutely.
It's 3rd and 7. And perhaps 4-down territory for the Tigers. You're only 8:40 to go in this game. And you start wondering, we're across midfield. I mean, unless there's a huge loss of yardage on this play, this is 4-down territory if I'm the Tigers.
Absolutely. I think so. Even though there's, just under 8 minutes, or excuse me, just over 8 minutes, I think they're definitely in four-down territory. As you said, if they were on the 30 on their side of the field, probably not. But now, certainly being down a score, I'd say they're probably going for it. Unless there's some collapse here, we have a big sack or something. I think
Big loss of yardage.
Yeah.
Then you probably punt. But
Yeah, exactly.
this is a big play.
Sikeston's going to have to make sure they wrap up, man. They are slithery. They are able to get out of situations where it looks like we've got them hemmed up, and next thing you know, they pick up 3 or 4 yards after being sort of the play just being busted and not able to make tackles to get them down. And so give Cape credit for that. I mean, they're clawing and scratching and doing everything they can.
So here we go. Cape Central, 3rd and 7. Hand off
quick
to the
play.
man right up the middle. Sikeston's got him for really a loss on
Probably
that play.
a yard loss,
And, I still think you might go for this.
Coach Gibbs, of course, the quarterback punts too. It's hard to know. The defense is lining up as if they're going to go for it.
Yeah.
We certainly CJ just came in, but I don't think he's going back. I think
No,
he's
this is a defensive play. And
yeah.
there's
If they kick
only
it, they kick it.
8 minutes to go. You start wondering how many more times are we going to have a chance? Maybe 2 at most after this possession. White Hat comes in. He's going to stop the clock for a moment. Let's see what he wants to talk about. And that is Brian Timms coming off the field. He doesn't have his mouthpiece probably. I guess. I really don't know. I'm speculating on that.
That's what we're being told up here in the booth that he. Oh, they're going for it.
Oh, throwback pass, and that's a fumble.
Okay. Wow.
And that ball goes out of bounds. What a break for the Bulldogs. That was going to be a pass, Matt. That was a lateral throw.
Absolutely, it was.
I couldn't tell was it McClard? I couldn't tell. But
couldn't tell who Fox threw it to. I wasn't sure either.
But that was a lateral pass, and I bet that was going to be a double pass.
Yep.
And that could have been interesting, but he didn't catch it, and it went out
connect.
of bounds. So Bulldogs take over on downs. Bulldogs can run some clock. 7:55 to go in the game, up 12-6.
Coach, I think the best way to run a clock is throw another 6 points on the board, if you ask me.
Nothing there. Jonathan Green trying to get anything out of it.
Maybe a yard.
They
marked it a yard.
Gain for Jonathan Green on that. I think our assessment of this is going to be a defensive game. The second half has been accurate. Neither team able to get anything going.
No.
2nd and 9. Heckemeyer out of the shotgun. 7:25 to go in the game. Hampton up the middle. He's got a burst of speed and gets the first down.
Yeah. It's kind of like basketball. Do you hold it or throw another 2 points on the board, and then that burns the clock, right?
It does. Hampton is up to 45 yards rushing. That is a season high.
How many carries does he have?
That's his 5th carry.
I was going to say he doesn't have many. He's got to have a really good yard per or an average.
Had the longest run of the game for the Bulldogs, 27 yards earlier.
Yeah.
And it's another 1st and 10 with 6:55 to go. Heckemeyer takes the snap, gets it to Hampton again. Not much there that time.
It's interesting.
Gets 1 or 2.
It seems like with Hampton and the McClard kid, part of they're both quick, but they're hard to see. And I'm not being critical of them, but when they're smaller like that, you can't hardly pick them up.
Like Barry Sanders.
Exactly. And the next thing you know, he's by you before you get turned around.
Barry Sanders, one of my favorite running backs I
love
ever watched.
watching
He's
him.
5'8".
Oh. And he was quick and strong.
So quick and fast and strong. Heckemeyer bleeding the clock down. Hampton gets it again. Not much there. Gets about another yard maybe. And Sikeston's going to be faced with a 3rd and 8 with 6 minutes to go in the game.
Sherrod comes back in. Maybe he was giving him a breather.
Sherrod.
Punishing running back.
One thing we have not seen today is a screen to Sherrod. They've used that in the past.
Yeah.
Heckemeyer out of the shotgun.
Uh-oh.
He drew him off sides.
Are they going to call that on Joseph or call that on them?
I imagine that is on the Tigers. If they called it on Joseph, that would be about the first time I've seen that.
I don't know. They're talking about it.
So it is against Sikeston. So apparently,
I told you that just looked. I don't know. That just looked. I'm not sure what he did. Looked like he just bent over or something.
Well, I'm not sure if that was on Joseph or maybe a lineman move.
That's true.
So.
That's true.
But it's now 3rd and 12.
3rd and 12, Bulldogs.
Ball is on the 40. 5:35 to go in the game. There's more movement. Another flag comes down. Cape Central says Sikeston moved again.
Boy. It's interesting. Are we going back the other way? Looks like they're marching it off against. Nope, they're going against. Well.
And that's offsides against the Tigers. So 5 yards.
So we're right back where we were.
5 yards comes right back. So it's now going to be 3rd and 8. The clock, I believe, I don't believe the clock will start on this one.
Was it third?
It
It was 3rd and 8 originally.
Yeah.
Before all the movement.
Let's see if I don't think you wind it after a penalty like that. Yeah, so you just, play clock is running. It's 5:34 to go in the game. 3rd and 8 for Heckmeyer.
Looks like he's getting instructions from Coach Pulley. Maybe they called an audible.
Sikeston still trying to get Cape Central to jump. Play clock is down at 5. Here's the snap. Give to Keodrick Sherrod. And he's hit immediately, only a gain of 1. And that's going to bring up 4th down.
Interesting decision here for Coach Pulley. Uh-oh. Is that Sherrod? He's limping a little bit. Hopefully it's just a cramp.
Sherrod has 57 yards rushing this game. Play clock is running. It's down to 4:48. Excuse me, the game clock. The play clock is down to 12 seconds.
Trey Sullivan in for Sherrod.
Sikeston's going to have to hurry. They're going to have to use a timeout. 4 seconds on the clock, and they get to play off. Heckmeyer looking deep to Posey, but it's incomplete. So
he was open.
Turnover on downs. Cape Central will take possession with 4:29 to go in the game.
Seems like a reoccurring theme we've talked about earlier in the year, Derek, when calling on our defense to step up again. They played really well against, and actually all of the wins. I didn't see the Crothersville win, but they played really well against Dexter. Got the win. Remember, made some critical plays down the stretch. And this is more criticaler than the last one, right?
More criticaler. I think that is the right word to use. So 4:29 to go, and Cape Central has the ball on their own 34. Adrian Fox, the quarterback for the Tigers. He's going to roll out, look for the running back. That time he dropped it. That is at least their 3rd drop today.
Yeah.
And when I say drops, I'm talking wide open drops.
That was a little behind him, but he certainly should have caught it. That's a great play design, I'll tell you what.
Very nice. Yeah,
he just
to the running back and then just turned around and
threw it to him. Right, exactly.
2nd and 10 for the Tigers.
Sikeston really leaning on their defense. We need to make a couple more plays here to
safety
get off
for
the field.
Bulldogs.
No, there's nobody back here.
Looks like man coverage.
Absolutely.
And another high pass that time. That one a little overthrown.
Well, that in his defense, he was going to have to jump and get hammered by that Bulldog defender that was out there.
I believe Jonathan Green was.
He was
right
bearing
there.
down on him. He was there.
Sikeston grabbed that play.
He alligator armed that one just a little bit to protect those ribs.
It was high, and you're right. He could have taken a very clean shot from Jonathan Green if he was able to catch that ball.
He would have been in a compromised position.
3rd and 10 for the Tigers.
Trips to the far side and one on this side, and they're rolling out.
He's got pretty good pressure. Caught by McClard. This is the problem because he's slippery.
Yeah.
He got away for a 1st down.
We are really, really close to hitting that quarterback. A lot of credit to him standing in there, getting away, making the pass, and just a good pickup, a good play with both ends. I mean, the McClard kid can flat catch it, and they throw it to him. He catches it. I'd throw to him a lot.
He's got 99 receiving yards. Pressure under Fox.
Oh, I got him that time.
And he got the pass away. So he avoided the sack. The pass was caught.
Is that not in the grasp? Do they not have that in high school?
If the ball's thrown away, but that ball was caught. There is a penalty flag down, too.
Uh-oh.
And there's another penalty flag. So that one is going to be an unsportsmanlike on somebody. And they're right there in the middle.
Has to be Cape Central because that's who they're by.
They're in the middle of the Cape Central huddle.
Yeah, I mean.
And then that last penalty came in, and that would be an unsportsmanlike, I'm guessing.
I say Coach Gibbs. I guess I shouldn't speculate that. I just saw him look like he was really marching toward the toward the officials.
So let's
There's
see.
one on the sideline over there, too.
Personal foul. There's that helmet-to-helmet thing. I think that's what that is. And then the unsportsmanlike. So, that player, I believe, ejected, what it looked like he said.
Which, the head-to-head or the?
No, the head-to-head was on the Bulldogs.
Oh.
And the unsportsmanlike will be an offsetting penalty, I believe.
Okay.
Flags on both Sikeston and Cape Central.
Illegal.
Just got to correct, or that's an illegal blindside block, or some.
How's that illegal against the defense?
I don't know. That's what.
I believe he signaled that the Cape Central player is ejected, but I don't know who it was. And now
Coach,
we're going
he's coming over, Coach Pulley, to explain. If that's offsetting penalties, that's just a replay of the down, right?
Yes.
I'm not really sure. This is a big call. I guess at best for Sikeston, it's a replay it down. But Coach Gibbs is none too happy right now.
Yeah, he's out on the middle of the field.
Yeah, he's on the middle of the field with his arms spread apart.
So you have a personal foul against the Bulldogs, which I'm guessing these
Cape's
are
back.
offsetting
What?
penalties, but they're going to march
Against
the illegal helmet or illegal block on the Bulldogs. I don't know how you could be an illegal block on defense.
Wait a minute.
And now they're probably going to march off the 15-yard unsportsmanlike on the Tigers. They're going to march it back. And I don't know why they do that. Just keep it where it is. It's because they're both 15-yard penalties, I think. That's the way they're told to do it.
All right. That's an interesting way to do it. It should be a net. I guess.
I guess they do that for the
Yeah,
just
for
to
the-
let everybody know that hey, here's your penalty and there's our penalty.
Yeah. I just.
So-
I would have just assumed they just stood there and whatever.
So replay the down, I believe. It's first down. That actually worked against Sikeston because they had the man caught it, and I think he caught it for about a 1-yard loss.
Yeah.
And it would have been 2nd and 11.
We've had 2 of those.
Instead, you're going to have a 1st and 10 for the Tigers. There's
I've never
3:52 to go in the game.
I've never seen that penalty called, and we got them 2 times tonight.
One of those new
Yeah,
penalties they've
those new
come up with.
fandangled rules. They're fancy rules. Look like they're a legal shift there.
Pressure again, and he caught it.
guess
So that
guess
is
who?
McClard again.
Guess who? Guess who?
A 41-yard play to McClard. Sikeston had men there. It looked like I thought it might have had a chance to be intercepted.
I thought it was too. Had a really good chance. Cape Central bleacher, or their fans are fired up. They about chased him down to the end zone. They're running on the side of the field, or not on the field, in the stands. Guess who? I'm telling you, I would throw to him a lot.
That's 100. If I'm doing my math right. 140 receiving yards for McClard.
He's a really good player. He would be my target. I don't know if Mr. Adrian Fox has time to go through his progression, but he would certainly be one I would be looking at. Man.
I didn't see who called the timeout. I'm
Cape
thinking
Central.
it's Cape.
They did. Yeah.
They're going, unless they have no confidence in their kicker, they may be going for 2 as well. I'm not sure why you'd call timeout unless you're going for 2.
Yeah, I'm sure that's a good point, Beach. I didn't think about that.
They may not have someone they're confident in the kicking game. So big play here. Either way, if they're kicking the extra point or going for 2.
Yeah.
Sikeston
We blocked the extra point, so I'm going to guess they're probably going to go for 2.
And it was very low kick.
Yeah, it wasn't.
So, yeah, Cape
Looks
is lining up for 2. Big play here. Cape Central looking to take the lead. There's only 3:45 to go in this game.
Where's McClard? He is on the other.
He's over on this side.
Yeah. Oh, I see him. He's on. Yeah, kind of in the slot now.
Handoff up the. Nope. He kept it, and the 2-point conversion
is that
is good.
same play. They fake to the running back, and he just slips out of the backfield, and nobody's there to run with him, and they pick it up.
So the Tigers in the lead, 14-12 over Sikeston. 3:45 to go. Plenty of time, Matt.
Oh, absolutely.
Sikeston has 2 timeouts.
Yeah, plenty of time. We just got to get it out of neutral here in the second half and give ourselves a chance.
At this point, you're much more aggressive. You're down 2. Sikeston was
Absolutely.
trying to run clock, a little more conservative, and now you're in a situation where you have to score. Even a field goal is a possibility.
That's true. If you get close enough.
Get close enough. I hate to rely on that. So much could go wrong on a field goal.
Oh, there's a lot to go wrong on a field goal, especially at the high school level. I mean, even at the professional or Division I collegiate level, there's the snap, the hold, the
no
kick.
Guarantee.
Yeah, right, exactly.
Just last night, Miami lost on a chip shot field goal, just a 35-yard field goal, missed it to win the game.
Yep, happens all the time.
Against Virginia last night, so Sikeston's going to – first of all, Sikeston's going to have to move the football. They can't get stuck.
Right. Can't get stuck, and we can't have penalties that get us behind the chains. And so, again, I wouldn't think Coach Gibbs would onside kick it, but it wouldn't surprise me. This kid, the kicker, okay, now see, he finally went back on the other side of the line of the kids that are, going down to it's a little deeper kick.
Hampton's going to receive it, and he fell down.
That's it.
So
that's it.
Sikeston will have the ball,
Wow.
looks like on the 16, I believe.
Wow.
He had some room if he was able to keep his feet.
Yeah.
So Sikeston's got a long ways to go. Maybe, let's see, maybe the 17 or 18-yard line. 18-yard line, Sikeston will have 1st and 10. Long ways to go, but plenty of time. 3:43 to do it with 2 timeouts. C.J. Posey is back in the game.
I was going to say they're probably going to look to throw a little bit. They're still stacking that box, which surprises me a little bit.
33.
That's Sherrod on the carry. Just a few on that run. Maybe 4, 3 or 4.
We don't seem to have much sense of urgency at the moment. Maybe I'm...
Gain of 4, 2nd and 6 for the Bulldogs. Heckemeyer getting the play. Clock is ticking. Sherrod again on the carry. Nothing there.
Cape's acting like they fumbled. We fumbled. Oh, no.
May have even lost a bit. Maybe not. So
No gain on the play, 3rd and 6 Bulldogs.
I don't know.
2:50 to go in the game. It's now 3rd and 6.
I would think we're in 4-down territory, even though we're back. But
And Wallace, and not able to come up with that one. That one was a high throw. That was Connor Wallace trying to make the catch, and it's now 4th and 6. Not sure he had much of a chance to get that. He really got hit right when the ball arrived. Cape Central read that one pretty well.
I don't know. I sure, and obviously they can't do it right now, but I sure like that fake to the running back and slide him out in the flat.
Draw it up in the sand on the sidelines.
Yeah, you obviously can't do it now. But
Empty backfield.
oh, don't line up off sides.
Heckemeyer, this is for the game pretty much. Wallace catches it, and he's got the first.
Okay.
He's out of bounds.
Big first down. Big 4th down conversion. Wow. Connor Wallace. Wow.
Wide open, too. Sikeston went with the empty backfield. Had 5 receivers set. And that was a gain of 21 to Wallace.
Wow.
That's his first catch of the game, Matt.
Wow. Big play.
He caught one earlier, but it got wiped off with a penalty.
Man. The clock, he got out of bounds, correct? Yep, sure did.
So 2:33 to go. It's ball's at the 44. Sikeston with a big 4th down conversion right there. Jonathan Green on the fly sweep. Just about 3. There is a penalty flag on the far side of the field. That'll stop the clock. That is against Sikeston. That'll be motion against the Bulldogs.
Boy, we've been our own worst enemy tonight, Derek.
Penalties have been a problem. Really destroyed a drive in the second quarter, which Sikeston could have taken a 2-score lead. And they never
changed the whole dynamic of this thing.
Because Cape Central took the ball that possession and went and scored.
Yeah.
So it's now 1st and 15.
Man, you get yourself behind the chains, and it just makes an uphill climb even tougher.
Heckemeyer looking deep.
Oh, he's open.
Posey
He's open.
got it.
Oh!
Perfect pass.
That a boy, Joseph Heckemeyer and CJ. Wow.
Perfect pass from Heckemeyer that looked very similar to the play against Jackson last week that Posey scored on.
That's the same play he scored on earlier.
Oh, wait, we have a penalty, and that one's coming back.
No.
Motion against the Bulldog. I never saw the flag. It was all the way over there on the 39-yard line. So that play, that'll be another 5-yard penalty. I never saw the flag. He just dropped it on the 39. It's literally on the sideline where you can't really see it. Wow. I'm not sure what Sikeston is doing to rack up those motion penalties.
I didn't see it, but again, I'm not looking, and the side judge, the line judge is right there.
That's 9 penalties for the Bulldogs tonight.
Whatever we're doing, we need to stop.
I think I remember every one of them because they've been costly.
Oh, absolutely.
Heckemeyer again. And almost intercepted. That was intended for Tilson. And he could not come up with it. And now it is 2nd and 20. There's 2:10 to go in the ball game.
Wow. Wow is all you can say.
Still plenty of time. Sikeston still has 2 timeouts, but they're going to have to get 20 yards to get a first down.
They're
Heckemeyer
dropping back.
A little high throw. That's not going to be caught either. So that one's out of bounds, or incomplete, excuse me. And it's now 3rd and 20.
It's certainly something we're going to have to chip away here. We've had good luck with that pass to CJ, kind of down the sideline. We've had some luck with some plays over the middle as well. So maybe those will be open. Hopefully they'll find somebody open there and pick up a big gainer here, at least to cut 4th down to something manageable.
Ball is on the 35, 2:05 to go in the game. 3rd and 20 play. This is a big one. Heckemeyer looking deep.
He's open if he catch it.
That ball is caught.
That's Tilson, isn't it?
Is that Tilson?
Yeah.
I believe.
He
yes.
slipped right down the seam on him. Yeah. Okay. I don't see a flag.
No flags on that play. Sikeston needed 20, and they got about 30. Beautiful pass by Heckemeyer.
Going quick here.
Again, this one tipped at the line of scrimmage. Dangerous.
I don't know about that, but it sure wasn't effective.
They were looking for Tilson on the little short pass.
Yeah, he was there. He was open. Almost like a little post-up route. Just goes there and just parks and hangs out, and he's wide open.
1:46 to go.
Try to get it to your playmakers now.
Looking deep to Posey again.
Come back
Can
and get
he
it.
come up and get it?
Oh, my gosh.
Nice defensive play by the Tiger cornerback. That was a well-thrown ball.
Absolutely. I like the call.
And I believe that defensive player is
Number
Charles
1, wasn't it?
Smith,
Yeah.
6'1" senior.
Yeah, made a
Really
great play.
nice play by that cornerback because CJ had it.
Yeah, he was open.
Sikeston is going to take time, so it's going to be 3rd and 10 with 1:40 to go in the game.
Boy, this is coming down to the last possession. Man.
Sikeston's obviously they're in 4-down territory.
Yeah, for sure.
I don't think they're interested in just getting little short plays here.
No.
They've been looking deep.
Do we have some kind of wrinkle? You know, Coach Gibbs had halfback pass. He's ran at least 2 reverses. It's kind of some trick plays, so to speak, and I don't know.
I haven't seen anything like that this year.
We haven't. I haven't even seen
usually
anything out there.
When you do have those things, you save them for special moments.
I would say this was wanting to beat Cape and wanting to get to 3-3 on the year and all of the above. And if we've got one that we think can work, still got 4th down to pick up 10 yards. It's certainly, I don't know what Coach Pulley has in the playbook, but might be time for something. A hook and lateral, or
I would think based on what I know, I think Connor Wallace is your possession receiver. You look for something to him.
Is he in?
He's on
He's
the far side.
Yep. And
Meyer drops back. They're going to hit Hampton outside. There's another penalty flag down.
Flag.
And he's
I'm
going
sure
to get
it's
about
holding.
5. So Gibbs, if that is a hold, will be faced with a decision. Do you take the play where it's 4th and 5, or do you take the hold, which would make it 3rd and 15 or so?
Wow.
And that's a tough call. I think you take the penalty there.
I would think he probably would too. Back him up.
Now they're going to mark it from the spot, so that's going to make it 3rd and about 22, I believe.
And that's a killer. Woo. Had about.
So Sikeston has been behind the chains all night with penalties. And here they are again with 1:28 to go. It's about 3rd and 22. Heckemeyer out of the shotgun. Nobody in the backfield. And he is looking
He's looking
deep.
for CJ.
Oh, he hit Connor Wallace on the shorter play. So got most of the penalty back.
That was the same play they've been running to CJ, but they wouldn't follow CJ down the field before. Now they followed him, and Connor was open. So that's kind of the read that he has. Whatever it is now, we got to throw it at least 14 yards. I don't think you can risk, throwing it short of the sticks, can you?
No, I think you have to. And Sykes is going to use a timeout.
This is the game.
I think you have to run at least a play that'll get you to the sticks. I don't think you can depend on shedding a tackle and letting a player run. I would think your best play here is Wallace or Posey. Maybe a bomb to Posey again. He can go up and get them, but Wallace is probably your number one possession guy on these shorter routes.
For sure. I see Dylan down there warming up. I'd sure like to give him a chance if we get that far.
They're definitely out of his range
here.
here.
No, it's not now.
I think you would have to get probably to the 20-yard line, which would set up about a 37-yard field goal.
Yeah.
That's about probably his range, if it comes to that.
I would say. The issue is now there's 52 seconds left. We have no timeouts. Of course, it doesn't matter because if we don't pick up a first down now, that's the ball game. The Cape will sit on it and get the win.
So they've broken their huddles.
Looks like they're sending
Sikeston,
4 guys on the line. Yeah, they're going to send 7 back probably.
Sikeston with 5 receivers, no running back. Heckemeyer out of the shotgun. He's under pressure, and that's a jump ball. Posey caught that ball. No, incomplete. They ruled it incomplete. Looked like he had it, and it came out of his hands as he came down. I thought he caught that ball.
I did too.
So Cape Central is going to win this game. That's a heartbreaker for Sikeston.
Wow.
So 45 seconds to go. Cape just needs to take a knee, and that'll do it in this ball game.
Tough way to lose. Tough way to lose. Having the lead the whole time, and I don't know what the stats say, but of course, from my biased opinion, it seemed like we outplayed them. Now we shot ourselves in the foot as far as moving the ball.
The penalties is what you're going to point to on this game.
Yeah, absolutely.
Your own worst enemy.
Yeah. Tough one. I'm not sure.
So Cape Central called timeout. I'm sure Coach Gibbs just wants to
get
them together and say, hey,
Don't do anything
smart.
stupid. Right.
Don't get out there and do anything silly. Let's just take our knee. Let's go home.
Right. That's
They may have to snap the ball twice because there's 45 seconds to go and the play clock is 40. So they'll probably have to take 2 snaps to close this game out. So this is going to be a stinging loss for the Bulldogs. This is a game they should have won. This is a game they had in the bag. No, I shouldn't say in the bag. They had control of it. And they kind of let Cape hang around and hang around. They never could put them away.
No. That score that basically got taken away late in the second half that would have put us up at minimum 18-6. That was the killer. And of course we shot ourselves in the foot. Yeah, they're gonna sit on it. They've got
so victory formation. They will probably
they'll have to snap it
one more time. "33 seconds and counting. The play clock is about 2 or 3 seconds ahead of the game clock. And Fox is out of the shotgun. He will take this. He can snap it at any time, really. So that will do it.
That will do it.
6 seconds, so that will do it. Cape Central is going to pick up their first win of the season. The Bulldogs fall to 2-4. This is a tough loss for the Bulldogs.
Yeah.
Homecoming night.
Yeah.
Now the traveling trophy is involved. So if just going into this next week of practice, obviously you have to address these penalties.
Yeah.
That's the number one thing that
for sure.
Like what are we doing to rack up that many penalties? We have to get that corrected.
Right. And not just, like you said, not just penalties, but they were crucial penalties. Almost every single one really put us behind the chains.
Oh, one of them took a score off the board.
Yeah.
Another one, twice Sikeston got inside the 10. Both of those plays were wiped out.
Yeah. On big third downs, too, that we were picking up the first down, and all of a sudden there was a hold or a movement or a shift, illegal shift or whatever. And so that's a heartbreaker. That's a heartbreaker for Sikeston. Now what, 2-4?
2-4.
Yeah.
And next week, Charleston coming to Sikeston. That will be the 135th, if I remember correctly, the 135th game between those two rivals. And Sikeston, of course, will be looking at that. We have to win this game. You got to get off this losing streak. That's 4 straight losses for the Bulldogs. And another rival coming in next week.
Yeah.
And a rival that's looking to probably chomping at the bit, watching Sikeston's reeling right now. We can beat these guys. That's Charleston's way of thinking as they come in next week. So a lot to work on, a lot of things to think about for Coach Pulley.
For sure.
For next week.
For sure. Yeah, I think Sikeston will get it turned around, and we need to come out and have a positive showing against the Blue Jays, another rival, and I think we're going to come around and have a different showing.
So
and we look like we dodged. Well, no, it's raining just a little. Look like we dodged the rain, though, Deej.
There's a little
rain.
coming.
That's okay. We got it in, got the homecoming festivities in, and got the game in. So,
well, congratulations to the Tigers, Coach Gibbs and the Tigers, and we will also thank our program director, Steve Byler, for getting everything set up. There's a lot to do to get these webcasts going.
Yep.
We just show up and turn on the mics and start talking. That's kind of all we do. So appreciate Steve Byler for getting everything going, and his crew, his cameramen. And we will see you next week. Charleston coming right here, and we'll have it for you on the Sikeston webcast.